want to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember the 50 waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important things are needed to be.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look, taking these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or sings tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Hello, world. It's Bird O' Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Open Lines Tuesday for Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. And yeah, I put the camera on. I put the camera on up close and personal. Figured I'd scare away a few people so the chat won't be as busy. So I have less talking to do. Because why not? I thought it was genius. But don't worry, my face will shrink as we have people join the panel in the not too distant future. But to begin with, welcome 47 Yorktown, who says good afternoon from Eastern Canada. Qapla, 47 Yorktown. I realize nobody can see me doing the chest bump for the Qapla because it's off screen. I could point it a little lower, then my head's off the top. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm doing it. Oh, there's Wesley's picture, the Wesley Gowron picture in the background. It's not always visible, but it's there. Positive Candor says, hello, Bird of Prey, and hope you're feeling better today. I am not 100% by any means, but I am doing better than I was yesterday, I think. So thank you, Positive Candor. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello, and Qapla. Hail, Caroga. Hail, Caroga. Absolutely. Thomas Potts says, raise Caroga. Yes, raise Caroga from the pits of Turtistan into the sky where it belongs. Thomas Potts says, FYI, no Matthew Sequest stream tonight. Dang it. I hope Matthew is okay. I did catch part of his stream last night. I rewatched it this morning, and poor guy was online for many hours and did not get the video card he was waiting for, 3 or 4 people short. If he had gotten there just a few minutes sooner, he might have gotten his video card. Maybe he got one today. I don't know, but hopefully he gets one soon. And yes, it's Gowron's picture. That picture Wesley got from me when he saw Riley at the convention. 47 Yorktown says, Thomas Potts, what am I going to do with all these emojis, all these Darwin the Dolphin emojis? Thomas Potts saved them for next week. He's just trying to get out of impeachment. John Araki says, someone give Potts a wrench. There's no way. Oh, he didn't want a wrench. He demanded to be unwrenched. If he wants a wrench, I will give him a wrench. Yeah, there he says he doesn't want it. So I don't force wrenches upon people, but Thomas is certainly qualifies for a wrench, should he again want one. And now what happened? There we go. No, that is not the comment I had highlighted. It jumped. Yeah, Thomas says he doesn't want a wrench. Dee Myers says, Qapla, I hope you're all having a wonderful Taco Tuesday. I had tacos for lunch today. I didn't realize it was Taco Tuesday, but now it makes all the senses why I was craving tacos. John Aragi says, Bird of Prey, does Mop cut the sides off the Easter hams before she cooks them? You know, so for those of you who don't know, Anti-Trekker uploaded an off-the-cuff video where he's talking about the new Superman movie and the possible likely casting of Michael Jordan as Superman. And somehow he got to a story of country ham, Easter ham cooking, and a daughter whose mother taught her how to cook the ham. And then the mother didn't know why they did it. They just knew they did it this way. So the daughter asked the mother didn't know. The daughter asked the grandmother didn't know. So the daughter asked the great-grandmother, who was apparently still alive. I thought that was very convenient. I honestly don't know if I believe this story. But the great-grandmother says, oh, yeah, we did it because of this reason. I'm not going to spoil the reason, but I knew that reason. I never heard the story before. But from the moment he started telling the story, I said, aha, and I was not surprised. I was only surprised that she actually figured out why. I thought they were going to say, nobody knows why. I thought that was the first thing I thought. Then when they actually said the reason, I was like, okay, I knew that was the reason. I didn't know which way the story was going to go. But either way, I knew the reason, whether he knew it or not. Yeah. No, I don't believe Mamo Prey has ever had to cut the pieces off a ham to fit it in the oven. Have you, Mamo Prey? No. And John Araki says, someone give Potts a wrench against his will. No, we don't do that around here. Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica waves to Bird and chat. Qapla. Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica. And Bee's Nest says, hey to Pixels. Dan23 says, hello, welcome, Dan. Bee's Nest says, I sent someone your way. Oh, so he sent someone to Pixels. Thomas says, oh, it's panel. Yuck. I'm sorry, Thomas. So you can come up to the panel, Thomas. Hold place of somebody. Joseph Patrick says, greetings from the future. Cows taste better than Jeeps. Oh, yes. It's another Twitter thing going on. Dee Myers says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, how are you and the family? Better than yesterday, I guess, Dee. Thank you. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. And puts in a bunch of custom emojis. Thank you, 47 Yorktown. For those who are wondering, I think I told it, but Sizzle Prey did make it home safely last night with Charlie, which was a good thing she did because this morning it was freaking freezing outside. And we had been in the high to mid 40s. And then all of a sudden, 22 degrees at 6 a.m. this morning. Crazy, crazy cold. But it will hopefully heat up again soon. Bee's Nest is, Joseph, am I alive in the future? You got to wait to find out, Bee's Nest. Joseph can't tell anything that could change the future. Dee Dee says hello to future man Joseph. And Dee Dee says greetings all. Bee's Nest says, sup, Dee Dee. Good movie tonight. Hope you can make it. Cinnabon Bunny. Hello, Cinnabon Bunny. And Cinnabon Bunny accidentally walked in on the bunnies getting busy this afternoon. He was very traumatized. If you were watching his stream, he was flying along the coast of England and the bunnies getting busy. I believe it contributed to his crash. I'm not sure. Dee Dee Myers says he'll be there. Dan23 says, looking like a walrus or a seal. I look like a walrus or a seal? I suppose I've been called worse things. Yeah, well, you know what? Let's get the panel up here. My face is too big. Okay, here's the panel link for anyone who'd like to come on up, and this can help shrink me down some. Mr. CCDB says you already scared off Marina Sirtis. Well, good riddance to Marina. So she really, it's unlikely I'd be able to reach her. Dee Dee Myers lols. Yosef says the bee's nest for the next 7 hours. You are safe. And welcome, Positive Candor. Uh-oh, we're in the wrong setting. There we go. And welcome, Bee's Nest and Darren Wagner. Qapla, guys.
Qapla.
Thank you for making me 25% my original size.
Amazing how that works.
It is. Bee's Nest, you there?
I'm here. Hey,
Cool.
hey, Dee Dee, I'm not sure. I gotta tell something to Dee Dee real quick. I'm not sure, Dee Dee, when they posted it, but it's on Fox News. They did it probably like 2 hours ago.
Oh, God damn it.
Tim got a phone call. Welcome,
that's such
Tim.
an interesting introduction for a guy with his name and his avatar. He starts it with, "Oh God damn it!"
The irony is not lost. Dan23 says, "Honey, I shrunk Birdo Prey 5." Lol. I don't want to be shrunk. I don't want to have to fight ants and shit that are 100 times bigger than me. No, thank you. I would be happy that if I ever was shrunk to that size, that I would die almost immediately because my oxygen receptors would be too small.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I forgot to turn my volume off. I was trying to hook my headset up, and the phone rings at the same time. It's like the fourth time I've
What are the
had a
chances?
phone ring. Yeah,
Nobody
it's like
cares, Tim. Nobody cares.
spam risk. That's what was on the caller ID. I'm like, what? Like, get out of here. I hate telephones.
I got a great. If y'all got time, I have a great story to tell.
I got some
If you want to hear
time.
it. Okay, check this out. I'm going to this. I'll try to make it short. I'm going to this. It's called Tropical, Texas. It's like a psychiatric place. I mean, it's not as a psychiatric like detained. It's a psychiatrist office. Okay. So
did you say as a psychiatric detainee? Is that what I just heard?
No, he said he's going to like a psychiatrist.
No, it's
Okay.
not that.
All right.
Okay. So last year, probably 6 months, 5 months, something like that, they assigned me what they call a peer provider. And what that basically is like an AA sponsor. Like they go through the same thing you do, so you talk, they can relate to you, whatever, right? But I don't answer numbers that I don't recognize. So this girl, her name was Sue. Maybe she'd been trying to call me and I didn't answer. Okay, so Friday I get a call from the place and he's like, yes, I'm Sue's supervisor and I'm doing an audit on her clients. I'm like, okay. And he's like, okay, so is everything okay? I'm like, yeah. He goes, so she's doing a good job? I'm like, yeah. So I got her confused with my counselor. So I'm like, hold on, I think we're talking about two different people here. I don't think I ever spoke to Sue. And he goes, well, it says here in her notes that she called you last month. And I'm like, okay, what does it say? And it says like, well, y'all talked about the winter blues and you said that I was trying to not to isolate myself. And I'm like, oh, she's faking reports. So I like played along. I'm like, oh yeah, that rings a bell. I was like, I remember that. And the guy was like, oh good. He goes, I thought you were faking reports. I'm like, no, I remember that. So I didn't want the poor girl to lose her job, So I'm like trying to call her all weekend. Like, I need to get a hold of you you need to, we both need to get our story straight, So finally she called me yesterday. And I told her, I was like, so you're not, and she's like, she was kind of embarrassed. But she's like, thank you, you're a godsend, thank you, you're so awesome. I'm like, you got to tell me why you did it, whatever, I'm cool like that, just we need to get our story straight. And I asked somebody, which happened to be by chance, I used to work at the facility, and I kept trying to figure out why would this person be faking reports that we've been talking this whole time. Come to find out that counselors and those peer providers, they're mandated to have so many hours or they get written up. And since COVID, there's not that many more clients. And if you get written up 3 times, you lose your job. So she's probably been faking reports to get her hours in. So yeah, I was like, save that girl's ass big time. I'm done.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Faking medical records. That's a tough one.
It wasn't medical records. It was sort of like, a chit chat between 2 people that's been through the same experience. It actually, she's not a medical professional. She's just a peer.
Somebody's paying her, right? For her time.
Yeah, she's on a payroll.
So where's her money coming from? Who's paying her?
I don't know
Is it
that.
Government?
My question would be if she would just take the calls like she's supposed to, wouldn't she garner the same amount of time, or even maybe more time? I'm confused about that.
Let me go outside.
Yeah, that just seems weird.
He was saying that there's not enough.
Was that?
I'm sorry, we can hear you now.
Okay, what did he just say?
He was saying, so you said, I guess, that there weren't enough clients to make up the hours she needed?
Right.
Is that what you said? So there's not like she could have been doing something else and made up the hours. I don't know. It just, I guess if you knew her, then that's one thing. I don't know that I would have.
No, well, I don't want nobody to lose their job, especially now because jobs are hard.
I don't want somebody to lose their job, but I don't want somebody putting in fake reports about things I didn't say and claim that they spoke to me if they didn't.
Well, it depends on the situation. It's harmless in that position. It's hard. But if it was like a medical doctor and they're putting Keith, he's fucking crazy and putting
hey, real quick
like that.
Hey guys, were you saying that because, let me get your story, because she was trying to call you, but you weren't picking up the phone. That's why she had to make up the story. Is that what I'm understanding here?
That's what I believe. I believe she did try to call a lot of times and couldn't get a hold of me, but she needed her. But she needed her hours in so she didn't get fired.
Yeah. Okay.
So she started making up fake reports that we've been talking this whole time.
So partially your fault then. Okay.
It's partially my fault.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
She did tell me that she tried calling me a lot, but if I don't recognize the number, I won't answer.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because when Tim said that, I'm like, I don't think they're understanding what you're trying to say. So I just wanted to come on real quick.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me back up. She didn't do this just out of the blue. She did try to contact me, but I just never answered her phone calls.
Gotcha. Okay, I get that. I get that a lot more. Thank you for the explanation. I was a bit concerned there, but hopefully she's just not making up stories for all of her clients.
Well, hopefully you're picking up the phone for her now.
Yeah, I told her. I was like, now that I got your number saved and I got your name, we can start talking now. And she's like, yeah, that would be nice. And I'm like, yeah, And she kept telling me how awesome I was, to thank you. And I'm like, no problem. I was like, I'm cool like that. And, and you could tell she was kind of embarrassed, because, I would be embarrassed too.
You just kind of caught her.
Yeah, because I told her, I said, I quoted what I supposedly said back to her. I'm like, yeah, you said I said this, and she got real quiet. I mean, she knew I knew. So I'm like, you don't need to explain. I got it. We can start talking from here on out. I just, you probably did try to call me. I didn't answer, whatever. She, poor girl, I'll do that for anybody, if it's, within reason. Like if it's somebody trying to do me hurt, then I won't, but it's harmless. It was harmless.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that could have hurt both of you if she would have said, well, he's not picking up the phone. And then you might have gotten a phone call saying, well, you're avoiding her or something like that.
Well, no. I got to thinking before I figured out the reason why she did it. I'm like, I can't understand why she just can't say that I tried contacting him, I got no answer. And I got to thinking, well, maybe it's because she's mentally ill too, and maybe it came through, and I don't know. No. But this is before I found out that they have a quota they have to stick to, or they get fired. So I'm like, okay, that makes more sense.
Well, it makes a lot more sense if you don't pick up the phone, then that means she needs to call somebody else to make up that time. And if there's not that many people left, then every person matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because COVID even a woman that used to work there at the place, she said COVID cut her patients in half. They're no longer seeing people at the facility.
Right.
So I can understand
every person
it.
matters.
Oh, by the way, Pixels, I talked. There's a guy, he runs a podcast on YouTube, and he's having some technical issues. So I sent him, your info. So I don't know if he's going to call you or not, but he's having technical issues with his podcast.
Sounds good.
Well.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it always.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for that interesting story. And Yosef says that I ruined the anti-tracker story. I guess I did. I being that the comment what it was.
You ruined what story?
What was the anti-tracker
story? The ham, the cutting the ham. Cutting the side, cutting the edges off
cutting
the ham.
Yeah, that's Dave Ramsey.
The Easter ham story.
I must have popped in too late.
It was in his video he uploaded either last night or early this morning.
I thought every episode of Anti-Trucker involves cutting ham. Sorry, my fault. You're talking about something specific. Okay, sorry.
Well, what did you say about it?
I haven't watched this short video.
Well, somebody posted the comment that said it was like basically the comment ruined it. And the fact I read the comment basically ruined the story. Oh. And I gave the backstory as to where it came from.
What's funny is he tells the story as if it happened to him, and that's actually a common story if anybody's ever gone to Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, he tells that story. But he doesn't say it was him.
I don't think he said it was him. He said it was somebody he heard it from or he knew or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, Bird of Prey, I was going to ask you something. I briefly missed this. Maybe it was like a week ago. You mentioned that Sam Bike guy.
Yes, the guy who tried to kill Richard Nixon.
Yes, I tried to look him up on YouTube for a documentary. There is no documentary on YouTube about him, but they got like audio clips and stuff. I want to see a documentary because it seems like a very interesting guy.
The History Channel did something called the man who tried to kill Nixon or something like that, or the attempted assassination of Nixon.
Is that something I can access on YouTube?
probably not on YouTube. You might be able to get it on History Channel.
I don't have
website. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know where else to get it. Qapla, Captain Trek.
Yeah, it seemed like a very
that was the only thing I had
from what I've
seen.
seen.
I mean, I'm sure somewhere on YouTube, somebody had to have said something about the guy. But I don't have any details.
But they're like 10-minute videos. There's like 10-minute videos, but it don't really get into the history of it. They got his audio where he made an audio recording saying what he was going to do.
Right. Yeah, he did. He thought he was going to be famous. So he made sure
he didn't even make it off the tarmac. He didn't even make it off the tarmac.
Eastland says, what the nurse wrote in my record will cause others to take physical problems not as seriously. So sure, you're a liar, not good at your job. I had to unsafely go to the bathroom and did not.
But Eastland, what she did was totally harmless. It didn't affect my medical records whatsoever. It was just, it's just conversation. It's nothing to do with anything medical. So, I mean, I can understand your point, Eastland, but it was harmless. It was just completely harmless.
No, anti-Traga didn't invent ham. I did see up there in the chat as we were passing that today is Gates McFadden, a.k.a. Dr. Beverly Crusher, 72nd birthday.
Wow.
Oh, she's that old?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
She is.
Well, she, let's see, what would that have placed her? What would have been her age then when TNG started in 1986?
Well, Picard. Patrick Stewart is 78. But last I heard, maybe he's 79 by now. So she's 72. So they're fairly close. Fairly close in age.
Hold on real quick. Eastland, Eastland, are you talking about the Sam bike? Is that what you're trying to get a citation for?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Vegans aren't real. Says Cinnabon.
She was 71, you said?
72 today.
72, okay, hold on. She was 37 when she first starred in
Eastland.
Hold
on, I think
TNG.
Correct.
Eastland. I don't know if if you're talking about your nurse or my.
No, he's talking about Eastland is talking about her nurse.
Okay,
yeah, that has nothing to do with yours. She's just saying.
Okay, because
because of
mine
Sue,
wasn't a nurse
her
at all.
records are effed up.
Well, I guess the both names were Sue. That's crazy. Sue or evil? No, I'm joking. No, this girl was just she was pretty much like an Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor. She probably was, I mean, she's just a peer, like just another, she's not a nurse. She don't, nothing. She probably didn't even graduate high school.
Well, the Fed Doc, welcome to the channel.
Morning, lads.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flat Earth Doc is here.
Whatever you say.
I'm going to shut up now. I'm starting to act like MB Geek.
By the way, MB Geek said hello to us earlier. He made it. They made it to their new home. All was well. So hopefully we'll
What's up,
see
Geek?
MB
You're
Geek
my homeboy.
soon.
MB Geek's my homeboy. My fellow
Thomas saying
soldier at
goodbye.
arms.
Thomas, hang around. Thomas, come on up. Pull up a seat, Thomas. We've got room.
Thomas
Potts.
Come on. Let's get up here.
Eastland says, I saw a good Nixon assassination video a few weeks ago. Portion of the History Channel program. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's what you're talking about.
That's a new SCP or something.
I got a QAnon wiki link on my last stream, says Cinnabon.
What is that? Oh, a QAnon.
QAnon wiki link. I guess somebody must have been talking.
Didn't they
my
debunk
last
that guy?
It's I think it's a movement, and it's
or whatever.
Pretty debunked. Depending on you know what, let's not get into it. From what I understand, and I only understand it from what Wikipedia explains it as, because I had never heard of it, that it was just a group of people who believed that Trump was going to have a whole bunch of bad people arrested.
Which never happened.
So it's been debunked. So in that respect, it's debunked. Joseph says we need Marina Sirtis as a lead in a Trek series, Star Trek Feelings.
No,
I don't think we could. I don't think they would even let her. I don't think they would even let her.
We need her in Texas.
Eastland says in a town called Monticello, don't go to the ER. I'll do my best.
Noted.
Hey, everybody, go watch
noted.
Annie Trekker's new video about the Muppets, and then tell it, in the comments, put how stupid it is.
I didn't see. He did a Muppets video. When did he do a Muppets video?
13 or so minutes ago. It's very short. It's like under 2 minutes.
Anti-Tracker uploaded AT off the cuff. Mind blown.
What does he mean? She left us today. She left the U.S.
Who left? Marina Sirtis left the U.S. today?
Mark. That's what he says.
That's fine. Yeah, she said like a month ago, actually January, she was moving back to the UK because most of her work has been in the UK. No, well, her parents are Greek, but she was born in the UK, so
her
she's
husband
moving back
passed
to
away.
the UK.
Her husband passed away. That's probably where all her family is, anyway.
That explains the accent we got in the first season of Next Generation.
The fact that she's Greek from ancestry.
If you were born with a Greek ancestry or just any part of that world, you have a certain you develop a certain accent you can sort of slip into.
Okay.
I didn't know Greeks had like a Greek accent. Well, I mean, I know they had a European accent, but like not specific. Like you couldn't tell between Greek or.
Beep. I'm going to stop you there. European accent, there's no such bloody thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I know
North
it sounds.
American
What I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is like it's hard for us Americans. Like if you're Greek or Crimean or whatever, if they speak English, I couldn't be able to tell if they were Greek or.
Well, it's hard for you Americans, but not me Americans.
Shut up, Darren.
So if I was talking like this accent, what do you think I was saying? What accent do you think I'm using right now?
What was that again?
If I was speaking this accent, what accent do you think I'm speaking with now?
He's an Eskimo. Say Eskimo.
Well, you got a British accent.
UK. I would say UK, but it's probably
sounded a bit
Australian.
Russian to me. Maybe Scottish.
I mean, I know Russian. I know the major countries like British, Russian. That's about it. Mexican.
Cinnabon.
You know the difference between Spanish and Mexican?
We here in America,
definitely
we have
different.
an accent. It's called jackassery. We're hearing it right now.
Even I can tell the difference between Spanish, and Mexican Spanish.
Right.
Cinnabon Bunny says
yes,
Troy.
there is a difference.
Troy, Crusher, and Pulowski living with a robot Picard.
Oh,
that
lovely.
could be the next big Star Trek series. My Three Wives with robot Picard.
And
They moved to Denobula.
What do you think about those Mexicans from Puerto Rico? Are they pretty cool Mexicans or what?
They're not Mexicans.
Okay, all right. You've redeemed yourself in a bit.
They would be considered Latino.
Oh, they'd be Puerto Ricans, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but they call like every people down south Latino or whatever, or anybody that speaks Spanish other than Spain. Anybody other than Spain. Anybody other than Spain, they call Latino.
Or Latinx.
And actually, they're like in Spanish, like I can tell the difference in Mexican Spanish and Puerto Rican Spanish and South American Spanish.
Now, see, I can tell the difference between like a London England accent and a Northern England accent because I've heard enough, of both now to be able to usually tell within a little while. But that's about as good as it gets. I mean, for me, I don't spend enough time listening to people from Britain to be able to tell anything more other than that. But a couple of the YouTubers that I subscribe to are ones from the north, and I can tell he sounds significantly different than the other one. So
is it Londoners? Is it Londoners that use more slang, like more like you can barely understand them?
You mean
no? I mean,
what's the
name? Yes, Slovakia is a country.
Okay, so here's an example. The first 4 doctors on Doctor Who used what BBC called the London accent. But you listen to them, and then you listen to Doctor Number 9, Christopher Eccleston. He has a northern accent, which they even commented on the show. He said that he said, "Why do you sound if you're from here? Why do you sound like you're from the north?" And he goes, "Lots of countries have a north, or not. Lots of planets have a north." He says.
Well, I guess it's like Northerners here in the U.S. and Southerners. You can tell the difference.
Yeah. Wait, B. You were wrong on one thing. I'm not British. It's Australian accent.
No way, really. I couldn't tell that.
Yeah, Darren said the same thing.
Eastland asked, "What accent does Gangster Kirk use?"
My boy.
Kirk.
Chicago, I guess. Chicago gangster accent.
No, it's
I said the same. Would you say I said the same thing? What are you talking about?
Well, you wouldn't think I had an Australian accent given the way I speak.
No, I knew it was. Well, okay. First of all, you narrow it down. It's definitely a UK accent, and then from there, I also happen to already know that you're from Australia from other streams. So I didn't say Australian, but I was trying to help him out.
No,
other streams. So
most of
Andrea.
the time I can tell Australian and UK.
All right, I'm back.
Well, Australian is okay.
Okay,
there's a YouTuber. There's a YouTuber named the Internet Historian, and he's from Australia. But I for the longest time couldn't tell. I thought he was from somewhere else in the UK, and I was very surprised when he said he was from Australia. But if you look at any of his videos, he I don't know if he's not trying to sound Australian or if he just it's that he's got a playfully obnoxious attitude.
It's a story of a bird of prey.
I'm on a clock.
Who was bringing very lovely birds.
Yeah.
So check him out if maybe you'll see what I was talking about before Andrea decided to steamroll right over the top of what I was talking about.
I'm so sorry, John.
What is this? Do I just have one of these voices that people love to talk over?
Oh no, that's not true, Darren.
I was muted this whole time.
I'm sorry, Darren. What were you saying?
Darren's
We
used to
heard
it.
you, LDG.
Oh.
Nobody acknowledged it. Joseph has hit the like.
If anybody cares about accents in Latin America, I've lived in a bunch of places, but I also don't care if we don't want to talk about that anymore.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you sometimes Americans through osmosis will pick up an accent while they're in, say, I had an officer I served with in the U.S. Navy who sounded to us like he was from England because he had grown up there.
Yeah.
His father was a Navy guy stationed over there, and so he just went to all their schools, and he sounded really, to us like Benny Hill or something. But but his accent would not fool, for example, an actual Brit.
Welcome, executive producer Saul Leibowitz to the panel.
Hello,
my family moved to
What
England.
Darren's trying to say is accents are not 100% effective. You can go out in public, and put on your accent, and still people don't understand what the hell you're saying.
When I was a kid, Dick Van Dyke's chimney sweep accent in Mary Poppins was just fine. I thought he sounded like he was from that part of the country, but of course, then you get older, then you start talking to actual Brits, and that guy's a laughing stock. That performance is notorious even today.
Keanu Reeves.
Andy Rooney.
I thought he
Breakfast
was a
with Tiffany.
chimney sweep imported from New York.
What about Keanu Reeves and that Dracula movie, or Bram Stoker's Dracula, or whatever?
Keanu Reeves sounds like he's
he didn't have an
badly
accent.
acting no matter what. But my family moved to England when I was about 14, and we spent a bunch of time there. And when I came, that was old enough that I obviously I'm a green guy, I have an American accent. But when we came back, it was the intonation that changed. So people would say, someone would say, I'd say want to go to the store, instead of, hey, you want to go to the store? You know what I mean?
Keanu Reeves has one accent. Play the clip, LDG.
You're a waiter. You're a waiter.
What?
I said Keanu Reeves has one accent. Play the clip, LDG.
He's not on his stream.
What clip?
The one you got Keanu Reeves on, man. How many do you have?
Hello, Kronos. Welcome. Kronos is Mary Poppins.
The only one I have is
that sounds like a really good deal.
Oh, that works. I was thinking of the I know Kung Fu part, but
okay, sorry.
I know Kung Fu.
I don't have that.
Yeah, I know Kung Fu. Yeah,
but it really goes to show you, if you go out in public, you really need your N95 accent, and that's the only way to truly be effective.
I wanted to ask Darren. I wanted to ask Darren something. Darren,
what?
What do submarines use for navigation?
Any number of things. They can use
here we go.
How do they work?
They'll use
the nuclear reactor.
They'll use radio communications.
To go around the globe, or supposed globe, what do they use?
Don't ask him that.
Am I the only one saw that coming? Come on, no.
Well,
you mean to circumvent the ocean?
Who couldn't see that? Who couldn't see that coming?
Dear Lord.
Can you broadcast that a little less obviously next time?
I just wanted to see if submarines work off of GPS.
Oh no, they don't, because they don't have contact with the satellite signals. Unless
not while they're underwater.
Yeah,
not while they're underwater.
They certainly don't navigate above water.
How do they get communications from, let's say, a land base to do something?
Radio.
But radio waves can't penetrate underwater, or do they?
Right. You have to come to periscope depth and put the mast and antennas above the water line.
Actually, I'm sure they have GPS transmitters there, but it's not like they go around communicating with the satellites.
Isn't there? If I watched what was The Hunt for Red October, right, or something? Isn't there some very low frequency antenna that they can deploy while underwater?
Yeah,
to receive messages.
When you say radio waves, radio, that just defines a part of the spectrum. You can communicate with waves at any part of the spectrum. So yeah.
Yeah, generally
also,
speaking.
Darren, this completely off the globe subject. Is there, in your opinion? No, for real. In your opinion, is there a completely silent submarine?
No.
He's asking Darren.
I'm confused. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
one that's not moving.
Am I not supposed to talk?
Darren
No,
is
I mean, you
Darren
can talk,
is a submarine expert, but yeah.
Darren's the only one that's been on a submarine.
Oh, holy
and
shit.
Joe
I've been on a
Biden
submarine,
just
damn it.
donated $1.
I've been on a submarine too. I've been on a nuclear submarine.
Okay, he's
I just want to
he's
know
been
if there's
been
any like,
on a submarine.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
just only want to know.
But
Yeah,
if there was
he's
a
used the
completely
restrooms in one.
silent-
Okay, let me just read this donation from Joe Biden, and then Darren, if you might answer the question. Joe Biden donated $1 and says, "Today I'm ordering the burning of all Dr. Seuss books. Also, how stupid is Thomas thinking they made an era in WandaVision, showing DVDs of old shows when Wanda was a kid in 1999, even though Dick Van Dyke didn't come out until 2005. Hail Caroga, number 23.
Jesus.
It's because it was all a bad dream. That's why. It was all fake. What you saw in that episode was bullshit.
I've been
We'll
watching
find
the
that out
live
this week.
video for hours. and
All right.
hours.
The question about
here we
silent
go.
submarine is a submarine can be silent, but
completely
necessarily
undetectable.
A submarine can, depending on the type and what it's doing, be completely undetectable. But I'll highly, what are you going to call it? A lot of variables have to be met before that would happen, and a change in any of those variables will hurt the effect.
Like all the humans have to not move at all.
Well,
or talk.
Yeah, or at least just not create what we used to call a transient, a sound transient, which is a non-repetitious noise.
Yeah, you don't go around clinking on the hull with a wrench.
Don't breathe.
No,
or for example, here's something you might find interesting, Andrea. On the submarine I was on, we never left the toilet seats up. We always left them down in case we took an angle, because then that seat coming down would obviously create a very loud transient and that could give away our position. So
metal transmits waves really, really well.
That is interesting.
And also toilet seats.
Yeah, when it's attached to the hull.
Are you telling me they could actually detect a toilet seat hitting the thing?
Oh yeah, they can detect that like 20 miles away or more.
It's the whole plot of the Hunt for the Red October, actually. In the end.
Yeah.
Well, it could, since space is infinite and you're inside a water vacuum, sounds travel very, 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 very far.
Sorry, hon. Sound does not travel in a vacuum.
No. When I meant vacuum, I meant vacuum of the water. There's only water. It's a water vacuum.
A reverse vacuum. Yeah.
You mean in water?
Yeah, it's a reverse vacuum. Exactly. There we go. Andrea's new, so I've never told you. You got to listen to what I mean, not what I say. Because
sorry.
It's to throw off the people who think they know what they're talking about. That's how I speak. But it's all right.
You got a word for that, Brownie.
Ignore his theories. Ignore all the
Darren,
theories.
what club were you on? What were you on?
I was on USS Trepang.
Also, Chronos, no death metal playing on a submarine.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you could have, like, people had Walkmans back then, and Discmans were brand new. But generally speaking, you're not going to be wearing that unless you're on your own time, and if you're at battle stations, you're not on your own time. So
is that a non-binary potato head?
A question of track says, "I'm sorry, Bird of Prey, but I have to go. It's getting late here. I wish you all a good night and lots of fun. Good night." Question of track, Qapla. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry if I missed anything you said. You're apologizing, but thank you for coming by.
Darren,
and Joe Biden
into the ocean.
Joe Biden earlier's comment. Just stay away from any kind of theorizing, or else you turn into.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe Biden made a comment.
My prediction. I'm going to give you this prediction right now.
Darren,
what was the super chat?
My prediction is that Loki is going to show up at the end.
That.
What's going to blow up at the end?
Loki is going to show up at the end.
Oh. Of WandaVision? I guess that makes sense.
To lead into his show. All right, Bee's Nest. What do you want?
I was on the Annapolis. That's all I was going to say.
You were on it like as a member of the crew, or you were?
Oh, fuck no.
Hey, Bird. Hey, Bird. Oh, Jesus.
She was probably a member of the
NB
press.
Geeks.
That means they didn't let her in any place important.
What's up, Geek?
When I was
The
in,
movers are done. So NB
No
Geeks is
doubt.
officially moved in.
Hey.
Nice.
all right, Bees, Louise, what do you want?
Does the toilet flush it into the ocean?
No, it goes into a sand tank, and then from there it goes into the ocean. My submarine didn't have it. My submarine didn't have a shit pump. We had to blow it out with 700-pound air or more. So we would fill up the tank,
Shit pump.
and then we'd have to, and then what they'd have to do is have to hang signs on all the commodes, saying, "Hey, we're blowing the the sign said do not flush. We're blowing the sand tanks." And the reason why is because if you put 770-pound air into a sanitary tank to blow all that stuff out into the sea, and you open the valve on your toilet commode, you're suddenly putting all that shit another place to go. Yeah, and there was one guy almost died because that happened to him. He got hit in the face.
Oh, that's not how I want to go. Ooh.
Yeah. His head swelled up. His head got all infected and swelled up like a basketball. It was pretty gross, and his facial features were because of that swelling. His facial features
This is officially
changed
worse
forever.
than the chicken conversation I had this morning.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, worst way to die in the Navy. Confirmed.
Yeah.
Darren Wagner.
I'm working on my WandaVision theory because I'm trying really hard, LDG.
Are you going to get it out today?
I'm trying. I'm almost done with the clips, and I'm just I'm updating my Premiere. So
okay. Andy Tricker called me a jerk for putting. This is my comment on his video. I said we are all a little dumber for having watched this. I award you no points, and he replies, "Jerk." So everybody needs to put something on there like that. God, this was dumb.
He is a delightful.
I'm done. I'm done. No more WandaVision.
What's up, Geek? What's up, NB?
It's AT off the cuff. Tuesday, March 2nd.
I gave it my best shot. Yeah, I gave it my best shot and completely got embarrassed. So
Best shot
wrong
about
about
firing
one
shots in every
episode.
direction is what you were doing.
LDG, to give you some punishment.
I wasn't wrong about one episode. One episode basically flushed down the toilet, pardon the pun, all the other 7.
Good analogy.
It's just a TV show, LDG. You're supposed to relax your brain and watch.
No. That's for the shows you might watch. But I like shows that tickle the brain.
To him, everything is a matrix.
It tickles the brain, but I mean, it doesn't tickle it. You want a friggin'.
This didn't tickle the brain. This shoved a nail down.
You want
my
a mental
cerebral
tuggy. That's what you
cortex.
want. You want a mental tuggy.
Drugs.
Exactly.
With a happy ending at the end. It's supposed
I like a
supposed to
well
tickle you.
thought out plot, divulged in multiple meaning and diversity,
And
with an unknown,
trigonometry.
an
He likes
unclear
trigonometry.
path forward.
with
that
that
is
negative
followed-
vacuum. Yeah.
Yeah, with a negative vacuum, exactly.
LDG,
The nth
what do
degree.
you want for soggy biscuit, as the Prince used to say?
What?
Yeah, if I want Tom and Jerry, I'll go watch Tom and Jerry. Okay, I don't need that in my WandaVision.
I think that Elizabeth Olsen could be up for an Emmy for this simply because of her portrayal of so many different generations of television. Everything from the first episode where she was authentically acting like an actress on a television show would, all the way up through the most recent sitcom where it's sort of like a documentary style, where she's acting like someone who's relatively contemporary. I think she's shown quite an interesting range here.
I'm sorry.
You're getting close to my theory, Darren.
There wasn't a documentary style. What are you talking about?
What do they call that?
Documentary, but history of the sitcom.
No. I'm talking about the last sitcom that they did, where where
The Modern Family style.
Yeah, they don't have any canned laughter. They just cut to an interview, after the fact. That to me is a documentary.
The Modern
style.
Family style. Okay, yeah, that's.
Because I stopped watching sitcoms. Probably the last one I watched was Married with Children. So yeah.
But I think that you're the point you're making that I go beyond that and say, like, it's actually, there's a fascinating story here about the evolution in the 20th century of the sitcom and its portrayal of some things, and that in itself is fascinating about this series.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I could appreciate it on that level.
Yeah.
As well.
By the way, a German U-boat sank during World War II in 1945 because the toilet was flushed incorrectly.
What other kind of U-boat is there?
Pardon me?
What other kind of U-boat is there?
Russian.
Good question.
Well, no, a U-boat is by definition German.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
Just so you're aware. That's my little jerk move for the.
It was a Germanic Deutsch U-boat.
I do remember, Andrea. I do remember that story. I looked at that story. Yeah, I do remember seeing that story because there was a sequence you're supposed to flush it, and he didn't do the sequence right.
Every U-boat had a toilet engineer responsible for flushing the toilet, and something went a little awry, and he had someone else come, and a valve opened, and shit dripped into the battery acids that were kept underneath, et cetera, and they ended up coming to the surface and getting to the shore of Scotland on dinghies.
So what you're saying is they had a Scheisen officer?
Well, U-boats usually only had one deck, and they had only one commode, so for the entire crew.
Oh, good another Kriegsmarine. Not.
My God, that's awful.
Yeah. It filled the sub with poisonous gas when the shit mixed with the battery acid.
Well, anything mixed with that, that's one of the biggest problems with battery accidents is the creation of a toxic air. It doesn't matter if it's shit or what, contaminating anything. Really, seawater will do it too. But yeah,
really,
you don't want anything to fuck with a battery, especially on a battery-driven submarine.
That Russian sub that sank, I think that they were using some kind of peroxide as a propellant for the torpedoes.
Yeah, the Kursk had a
the Pierce. Yeah.
I felt sorry for those guys.
Yeah, the torpedoes they were using were powered by something called HTP. The problem with torpedoes is how do you burn fuel underwater without, because you have to be able to force the exhaust out, right? And if a torpedo is deep enough underwater, it's hard to do. And so, the United States uses something called auto fuel, but the Russians used something that we experimented with back in the 60s called high test peroxide, HTP, and it's fine. It's not flammable, but if it comes into contact with any kind of alkaline metal, it breaks down into hydrogen and oxygen, two of the worst gases you can have under pressure. And boom. Yeah.
And some of those guys lived.
Oh yeah, some of those guys lived for a while before they suffocated and died because they basically got the boat cut in half. In terms of like one half of it's filled with water and the other half isn't.
Well, that's also the worst way to die in the Navy.
The guy also wrote notes. He knew he was dying, so he wrote notes.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sad.
Speaking of noxious things, hey Bird, how much would I have to give you to do an Aussie Prey for a whole stream?
Oh no!
I quit. See you guys later. Goodbye.
A whole stream, it depends. I mean, whole streams could be 30 minutes long, or whole streams could be 3 hours long. I'll tell you though, when I did it, when I tried to do it for a whole stream for the Crocodile Dundee watch party, most people were very angry to the point that I stopped it. I was going to just go the whole time, but it was clear most people could not take it.
Wait, was that when you were trying to talk the movie? Is that what you're talking about? Or what?
No, it's just when I talk like I'm an Australian, you see, and I talk about lingo.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like an Aussie plonker.
Drop bears.
Oh my God. Just in case you're interested, I just posted the various submarine toilet schematics in the chat.
And now Bird plays a Chase Corp.
So, Fed Doc, why would you?
We hope you really like.
Why would you, of all people, want me to do a stream as Aussie Prey? Wouldn't that be an insult to Australia?
Yes, it would.
An insult to Bogan, not to me.
I'm not sure who it doesn't insult.
Is this safe,
Welcome
now?
back, LTG. Yes.
Okay, we're back. Okay. Oh.
Okay, but Australia was colonized by the Britons, so I'm just leaving it there.
I'm not one of those convicts, thankfully.
Yeah.
My roots are more showing some Mediterranean stripe.
Colonized in a sort of penal colonized kind of way.
Right. The British colonized the place. We just made it better.
Oh. The British colonized America.
Look how that worked out.
We did.
Lots of people did.
Yeah, but the British.
I wonder if George Washington. I wonder if George Washington had a British accent.
Must have.
No, probably. However, apparently, what do you call that particularly strong accent? The water, the
Red.
No, the one that sounds like this. They really just like you get in the bayou. It's very strong.
Oh,
Cajun.
No. It's swamp something, some water accent. It's
The swamp people.
No,
the TV show.
The accent
Bayou.
by the
Hillbilly.
Southern aristocracy.
Not Bayou, not
Hillbilly.
Yeah, Bayou.
No,
Hillbilly. No. He's talking about something very specific.
It's a certain sort of accent that's used in the South a great deal, and it's a certain water accent. It has the word water in it somewhere, or what you hear in those southern
backwater accent.
No, I think he's saying like high class Southern plantation, like Southern gentleman. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, like antebellum?
Under the sea.
Possibly. Apparently, I've heard that that's closer to the more traditional or the old-fashioned.
Better. Only when it's wetter.
There are a whole bunch of islands. Yeah, there are a whole bunch of islands off Virginia and the Outer Banks in North Carolina where they're still very, very sort of closed communities that still have accents. Like Smith Island, they sound British.
I know Daniel Boone had a real bad Southern accent, like a redneck hillbilly accent.
Not quite what we're thinking, but it's simple down here. We all got 3 accents. Easy.
Oh, like Yosemite Sam when he's not being crazy.
right.
He's trying to impress a lady bunny.
Well, that's just
come here, boy.
When he's trying to impress Bugs Bunny dressed up as a woman.
That is
he goes to his Southern gentleman.
But that's closer to the
my favorite parts.
English accent.
Fanning himself with like peacock feathers.
Peacock feathers?
Didn't Bugs Bunny wear lipstick in one episode?
Oh,
Vinny.
yeah.
I don't know. Bugs Bunny does a lot of drag.
You're talking about Acadian, aren't you? The Acadian accent.
Possibly.
That's like Southern plantation accent, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's sort of it's what later mixed into a patois that became
Basically, one said you damn pitch my honor, sir.
Like, thanks, ma'am.
A bit more.
You do know that this means war.
Yeah,
I challenge you to a duel.
I got you. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
I accept. Ding.
That would make more
Pistols
sense.
at midnight.
If you're going to basically do that, I suggest grabbing a gauntlet and slapping across the face. Don't go with that. Glove. The heavier, the better.
That would make sense. Yeah, and it eventually morphed into the American accent. Yeah.
Yeah, because
American accent.
also French influences there. I think the South had a fair bit of French influence.
No problem, executive producer Saul Leibowitz. You're welcome back up if you can make it.
What did Chronos say?
Is that how English got so racist?
Huh?
Nothing
Is
racist.
That how English got
English.
racist?
No.
Compared to other languages, English is very racist.
How is it
by design?
What?
How is the language racist?
Well, think about it. Think about it, right? In English,
I am
you
thinking
say-
about it. How is it racist?
Let me finish what I'm saying, Mr. Hates being
I gotta hear
interrupted by
this.
everybody else.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. All right. So in English, you say things like, the brown cow, the yellow pencil. But in other languages, you say the pencil that is yellow.
Okay.
But in English, you label things by their color first.
That's
by
not
default.
about race.
That's systemic.
No.
You're labeling. Whenever you're mentioning something, you should always mention something by what it is first. Let me just say this, right? Guys are, all right.
Other languages.
Such
All
a
right, if you don't want to hear what I'm saying, I won't continue. Sorry, I struck a chord. No, you didn't hear all of it, but that's fine.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, you should never label something by their color first. That's I always hate white man, black man, yellow man.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Language is
because
not
that's not what you're
descriptive.
talking about. You're talking about the person. The person always comes first.
We don't choose the morality and then
The
make
primary subject of a sentence comes before its description.
You do not get to say
subject and predicate.
Yeah.
That's not what I learned in English class.
You're right.
That's why I'm saying it's systemic that way.
Most other languages, you're right. They put the predicate first and then the subject afterwards. But English is different. But it's not based on race. It's based on the fact that we put the subject of a sentence first and then the predicate afterwards.
Yeah, I get that, but you see what I'm trying to say. That is about systemic. That is making people. That is making people think it's important. That's what I'm saying.
Descriptors always go before the noun, like the little cat or the big dog, or or the black cat, or the
racist.
The red dog.
Yeah, exactly. That's stereotyping. Exactly.
That's not. But it's
you
not
should
racist.
Always say the cat that is
not
big.
racist.
Or the cat that is racist.
That's what you said, though. It's not racist.
Again, not what I said. What I meant. And you know I'm right.
Look like an Asian. Okay. Look at that.
If you start saying that people should order words in one way over another, you're doing the same thing that they're doing to Dr. Seuss today.
Oh no! You can do it. I actually listen. No. See, that's what I'm saying. When you automatically think that's what I'm saying, that's where you fall into the trap. I can understand when you say the red cow that you're not being racist. I have no problem. What I'm saying is everybody else. There's plenty of people right now that are taking it that way.
So you're saying you're smarter than everybody else?
No. I'm saying that we are smarter than the stupid people. We are smarter than the stupid people, like the JWs, who are the ones who fuel the exact thing I'm saying.
So you're saying you're inherently smarter than a group
No, I'm
of
a
other
dumbass.
people.
No, I'm absolutely stupid.
Tune in next week.
Does that clarify my meaning to you? I'm an absolute jackass, stupid. Like me just talking right now completely confirms that. I don't think I'm better than anybody.
SMRT.
Yeah, each and every one of us on this panel. There's always someone better than every single one of us on this panel.
And it's
that's the definition of better. No one's better. Yeah.
Andre knows Spanish.
On the contrary, my friend.
Andre knows Spanish, right?
There's always someone better. End of story. That is
I thought you were just about to say that I'm the one who thinks I'm always better.
What I'm trying to say is that maybe if we bring this to light and teach our kids a little bit better, then
I don't
maybe
understand.
we
You
won't
want
have
to
find
teach
ourselves
kids
in
to
this.
say the sentence that's structured differently,
right?
And
No, I want them to
supposed
understand
actually
what
change
they're saying in
something?
the first place. And not force you. You can never force anybody to do anything.
Okay, but even if you just convinces them to out of their own free will to say the pencil which is yellow instead of saying the yellow pencil, you're saying that will bring about the end of racism?
No, of course not. That's stupid.
Will it even affect the racism?
I think. Okay, guys, real quick. Let's put this to rest. I think. No. I think you're not realizing that the original comment was a joke based on scary symbolism that actually is. I mean, I was just saying a joke. I wasn't actually trying to make a comment, but then I went with it because you guys bit.
Joseph Patrick with a €2 super chat says, "In how many languages shall I prove you wrong?"
Exactly. Really, the thing to do is not change the way we speak English. It's to speak more languages.
Right.
Yes.
Hey,
exactly.
I'm screen sharing something.
Finally,
you
somebody
made me a portrait. Just wanted to
Hold
show
on, let me
it.
see this. Let me see this.
Exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you for bringing that out.
Well, but I actually think there's a good point to be made about. I mean, there is a drive to not call people autistic people, but instead, Joe, who has autism. To not like identify someone by their.
It's more politically correct that way because and we do have this thing called politically correct.
I don't think
Yes,
it's
a
going to
bird.
reject every single thing like that as if it's.
I don't
all
want to be
just
called a
reactionary.
white man. I don't want to be called white man.
I will not call you a white man.
Aren't you like
White
not
man.
white?
But you're not exactly white, are
No,
you?
I am not white, but in this world where we don't see gray, you're either one thing or another. I'm
So
white.
Joe Biden donated $1 and says,
I'll show you
brilliant
some gray.
idea, LDG. I'm going to make that an executive order. Number 22.
Yeah,
Guy clean, white man from
Bird,
town.
share my screen for a second, will you?
Yeah.
Guy clean, white man from
I'll
town.
show you some gray. This is what Yitzy made for me. I look like an Asian man.
I can't find it. Where did you go?
Okay, wait a second. Is the curvature supposed to be a joke or an insult?
You know what? He's gonna do what he's gonna do. I didn't
Uh-oh.
pay him, so he's gonna do that. But
Wait, I've lost. I can't see what you're showing because I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh.
So it's.
yeah,
I didn't mean that in a negative way, but
And
I
what are
guess
you drinking on,
never mind.
Darren?
Yeah, I mean,
like that's a bottle of Doc Collier, which is one of the moonshines that I sell. But check out the size of my package, man.
sell moonshine?
He really did me a favor.
Well,
That's not my hand either. That's like
I just thought that was your hand. I thought you were doing an Al Bundy for a second.
No.
must you draw attention?
Well,
You got the devil's tower tree.
Yeah. So, he put Devil's Tower there, which I believe to be a tree stump. He's got Bigfoot in some sort of
the tree of life.
It's called a coracle.
Is that anti-checker in the background floating for his life?
Yes, I'd say.
No, that's not any tracker.
That kind of boat is called a coracle.
That's Bigfoot. That's what now?
Oh, Bigfoot.
Coracle. It's a kind of Gaelic Celtic boat that you make by stretching saplings over in a kind of reverse umbrella shape and then stretching skins over it. And then
interesting.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
Yeah, and then he's got a stop sign over on the left. I don't know why. And then I told him my favorite Star Trek ship was the Constellation class, and he made one, but he gave it a wedge shape instead of a saucer shape, which is fine. I'm not complaining. But
curvature isn't a problem. You're just on a single plane with all those things.
Oh, guys, real quick, something come up. I gotta dip out.
Okay.
I'm gonna close
Bird of
down
Prey,
this.
thank you. Thank you, Bird of
You're
Prey. Thanks,
welcome.
everybody
Take
up here.
care. Business.
Bye.
Yitz is awesome. I mean,
Yes, he is.
yeah.
That's a damn fine picture, though, I have to say.
Yeah,
I just assumed it to be like the back of a turtle, not a globe.
All the way down.
What? Yeah, there's no relation. There's no correlation between Darren and turtles in my head.
That's fine. Yes, he's like, it's Bigfoot. No, it's both. Yeah, exactly. I hear you.
Now that you suggest it's anti-trekker, I kind of want it to be anti-trekker now. So I think I'm going to say it's anti-trekker.
But yeah, LDG, to make a point, what you're mentioning there is a very continental sort of thinking that someone else, that language is derived from on high. Not you're losing the
yeah, seriously. It was a complete joke, man. I wasn't actually being serious. The meaning behind what I said got lost as soon as you actually took what I said literally. I'm sorry. I do that a lot, Fed Doc, and I'm sure you know this because you've heard me before. If you take anything I say literally, you're completely on the wrong path of what I was trying to say in the first place.
Yes,
I know English isn't racist. I know that. I was just making a point that, in English, kids are brought up to label things by their color first. This is all I was trying to say.
It is interesting. I mean, but it's
and that's
really
a fact. You got kids from other languages, and we do need to learn other languages, and that was the most important thing to take from it. We do need to teach our kids other languages because you have other kids who are brought up, and if you look at racism, there is a I'd like to. There is a connection with racism in America and racism in other countries where the language is not built on saying something is white or black or their color first. There is some kind of connection there, I feel. And you got kids that are brought up to realize that you are something before what makes you what you are, whether you're white, black, big, little, small, dumb, smart, the smart kid, the dumb kid, the big kid, the fat kid, the color picket. Like, you know what I mean? They just don't have that in other countries, and I think there's something to be said there.
Well, I'll tell you why I took my kid to another country for a couple years. It's not the politics, or I mean, learning new cultures is always good. It's just the sheer fact of learning another language just increases the nominal number of words you know of any language, and therefore the more intersection and connections in your brain.
It's 5 o'clock.
By the way, it's 5 o'clock. That's just totally true. Damn it. I'm good at shutting things down.
Well, I firmly believe English is the only language we need learned. It's our American right.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And is that what they speak in Caroga, I assume?
Oh, yes. Well, we speak American in Caroga.
Oh, American.
No, see, actually, the orphan miners, they actually speak a second language, but Bird hasn't learned that one yet because they're kind of like Morse code, cries for help, but we don't hear that.
It's called morphin.
No, not funny.
If they learned a second language, it goes unheard, then it's their own fault.
More people need to diss Annie Trigger's video. Mr. Lundell's in there, and he just said why.
What video?
The one Annie Trigger put out about an hour ago now about the biggest coincidence ever. Mind blown. It's AT off the cuff Tuesday, March the 2nd. Mind blown.
What's the link in the back room?
Minute and 13
The day you met
seconds.
me.
So you has everybody talked about what it's about already? Do I have to actually go watch it?
Do you want to know what it's about? It's the biggest waste of your time. Okay. Basically, Fozzie Bear tells a joke that if Tuesday Weld married so and so, their child would be Tuesday, March the 2nd. Today is Tuesday, March the 2nd.
Anyway,
something like that. Yeah. So I mean, he decided in his in his further pollution of the internet to mention this.
Wow.
And he made it seem like it was this big deal, and it's clearly clickbait. And
I don't get what's wrong.
Yeah.
Welcome, Michael T. Hi Comics.
Go ahead, and like the video. Then
give you an intro earlier.
No. I'm sorry. Is there? I really don't get the point of any.
I haven't watched the video myself, so I really don't know what the deal is.
If it's a minute and a half long, why don't we just play it and I'll watch it together?
A minute, 13 minutes.
Well, I don't want to take
13
potential
seconds
views away from
Yeah.
Anti-Tracker by playing it, but if people want to go watch it, you're welcome to go watch it.
You can put the stream on hold and then play it in here, and then put the stream back on.
The stream, I won't say anything funny for a minute and a half.
No, we have to
LDG could pull it off.
LDG anybody could show it. I could show it, but I don't want to.
Oh, okay. No pressure, Bird. Don't worry about it. Everybody quit watching Bird's stream and go look at that video so you can and then put in the comments how stupid it is.
Right. Well, I don't want to rob Anti-Tracker of those views that would come from watching it on my channel.
Well, no, I'm not suggesting that you play it on your channel. You can just like have like LDG does. You put something over the stream, and then mute everybody for for a minute and 13 seconds. Play the video so we can see it here in the stream in StreamYards, and then we can talk about how terrible it is.
I hadn't thought at all about going and giving the views.
That's okay though, Bird. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
So, Darren, you have a thing about any Trekker, I guess, huh?
I love picking on that man. I'm sorry. It's just it's he's a friend, but
it has
you
its
know,
own words.
you know, okay. This is how insecure heterosexual males bond, right? They poke fun at each other, right? That's been the truth as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's very old fashioned. Now.
Oh, I think it's lovely. Listen, I think I was thinking as I came up here to talk with you guys that there just aren't that many chicks that want to come up on a panel like this and really fucking yell to get a point out once in a while. And it must be. I wonder. I really worry.
We can get that at home.
Yeah, right. It makes me wonder sometimes if I come across as being like incredibly non-feminine or like masculine somehow. But I don't know. Whatever. Who cares?
You don't seem masculine to me. I don't know.
On the scale of, on one end, a Japanese woman, like super, the Japanese women tend to be very feminine, high, and then on the other end you've got,
at all.
and then on the other end you've got. I'm just talking about their culture, not actual like women in Japan that are raised in that culture.
Apologies, Cinnabon.
Not one that is of Japanese descent living somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah.
So on one end you got that's feminine, and on the other end you got like Rosie O'Donnell. I think you're significantly far away from Rosie O'Donnell.
But not significantly closer to Japan? I'm just going to poke you now because you have started digging, and the first rule of holes is stop digging.
First rule of hose? I wouldn't know anything about that.
Holes. The holes.
I just want to point out, I watched the video, and Darren, I want my minute 13 back.
Talk to any Trekker. He's the one who put out that video.
No, you sent us there, man. You did this.
Oh, you did.
You know what? You could have just took my word for it and started talking about how dumb it was in the car.
You're the problem. Darren, you're the problem.
What happens when you assume, Darren?
You make an ass out of you and umption.
I didn't say assumption.
Cinnabon is a guy? No way. Look at his hair. It's
I thought he was a rabbit.
Oh, have you been hitting on him this whole time, Bird? No.
Well, I'm going to stop now.
He's going to modify this thing for me. He's going to correct the saucer shape, and I'm going to see if he can put some flat Earth material.
You mean the Earth?
Prometheus was sitting on top of that picture.
Darren, it's not a saucer. It's the Earth.
No, I'm talking about the spaceship above the bottle.
Oh, I thought you meant the shape of the thing.
That's the Constellation class, and it has a saucer section, not a shovel section. So he'll
if I might interject, I have a special message today.
What is it?
No, it's like legitimately, I do.
Thank you. Please.
It was just so interestingly segued into.
Yeah, so he did so competently, so let's reward
And
him.
we're back with Michael.
I would like to say happy birthday to my wife, who is watching in the living room right now, probably wondering where I went.
That's adorable.
Happy birthday, Christy, and can you please bring me my smokes?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Women sickness everywhere. People dying in despair. Happy birthday.
You don't vape?
No, I'm a man.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it.
Shit. Does that mean I'm a man too?
We
Damn
know
right, Andrea.
We know the long-term effects of smoking tobacco products. We don't know the long-term effects of vaping yet.
Yes. Smoking tobacco products will definitely kill you.
Well, it depends.
Well, I have.
My granddad smoked them all his life, and he died when he was 95. He got hit by a turnip truck.
Well, we know the long-term effects of getting hit by turnip trucks. Definitely.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I am not subscribed to Anti-Trekker, it turns out. Sorry.
Well, since he put 90% of his content to Twitch, it may not be missing much.
No, he just does his live streams on Twitch. Which
is that what it is?
Is it? I love his actual finished polished videos he still puts on YouTube, but yeah, his own live streams he's putting over there because he needs to have everybody use a totally separate app to watch him.
I know. I don't ever go to Twitch. It's like okay.
I watch a guy on Twitch called Asmongold when he broadcasts. He's a World of Warcraft YouTuber.
Do you guys know about Life with Matthew and the coming trial, right? I just want to make sure everybody is prepared to come to the public trial.
When exactly is the trial?
Impeachment. We haven't figured out yet, but I'll let you know because I'm the chief imperial wicket of the trial, and so and I was thinking of it because Anti-Trekker is another of the court justices. So,
All right, I'm back.
If the Anti-Trekker is part of the trial, I don't think it's going to be a fair trial.
And I'm just trying to figure out what is Matthew being impeached for? By what? How?
Kind of a blow.
As far as I know, Thomas Potts is writing the articles of impeachment.
Oh no, we've written them for the last couple of weeks.
But what position does he hold to be impeached from? I don't understand.
He's president of Matlandia.
Yeah.
What about Anti-Trekker's trial?
Something happened that I don't know about. Okay.
What about Anti-Trekker's trial for getting for finally meeting his quota amount and not giving us the gummy bear?
We're up to Article 323 of his impeachment articles, by the way.
I mean, he did make the money he said he wanted. Like, he finally did. He never got the gummy.
I don't know what's going on, and right now I'm too scared to ask.
Welcome, Jedi Bill, to the stream.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So, Michael, I don't know how much you know about the YouTuber known as Anti-Trekker.
Oh,
I know I stopped watching this stuff.
I just had an idea.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, Anti-Trekker apparently is Anti-Trekker on Monday nights goes on the Life with Matthew virtual pub stream. Life with Matthew is another smaller YouTuber. He only does a couple of streams a week, if I recall. One of them is Monday nights, but he has a Discord server. And for whatever reason, a lot of the people who watch him have decided to impeach him for reasons I'm not quite clear on. But apparently Andrea knows more than I do, as she is going to be the judge, the prosecutor.
Well, if we're all confused, I feel far more comfortable.
An
executioner.
The writer of the articles, I guess, too. Which is highly dubious, but that's okay.
Hold on.
Thomas
you
says
can call
Matthew.
me some imperial wicket, basically. Go ahead. What?
Thomas says Matthew has admitted to most of the crimes.
Yes, that's true. TJ Potts there.
So if he's already guilty, then why?
No, there's
Why
always
hold it?
sentencing.
Those Cardassians.
Of the trial.
So this is more just a sentencing than a trial.
Well, no, because he hasn't put it. No, you group the articles. He can admit to some articles and be acquitted on other. You have to have a fair trial.
It's mostly a hearing, actually, but call it a trial.
Is it a fair trial, or is it trial decision's already been reached?
Oh no, I'm completely impartial. In fact, I'm impartially partial.
Darren, we should all just chat. We should all chat in all of Anti-Trekker's short vids. Eat the gummy in every one. That should be our comment. Eat the gummy.
Leave the man alone.
Well, now that there's a troll campaign involved,
he denies the existence of the gummy now. So
no, leave him alone. He promised us that, and he got what he needed. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Didn't kill me. And the chip almost killed me, but the gummy didn't.
I'm sure he'll do the gummy at some point.
Okay. Can you say that again without reading a piece of paper? Because that sounded pretty scripted.
Will freeze over first, and LDG will make sense.
No. LDG will be right about his WandaVision theories before Anti-Trekker will eat that damn
I'll
gummy.
eat that gummy before
and
he does.
And LDG will stop talking about Project Prometheus for a week before.
I don't think that's physically possible.
If he does the gummy, I will not mention the word Prometheus for a whole month. If he does the damn gummy. But I don't think he cares about that because, quite frankly, I don't think he listens to me much.
T-Berg says that's right. Like with Matthew stole my ships. He stole my ships? What ships did he steal?
He blew up your entire... Oh, that was Cinnabon, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Cinnabon.
I'm getting confused. I'm sorry, my fault.
My official
You had a rough
title.
week, so.
My official
Yeah, I
title,
did.
guys, is Supreme Imperial Justice of the High Marble Altar of Judgment. But you can call me Madam Imperial Wicket for short.
Can I just call you Andrea? Is that okay?
I don't like any of those titles, so no.
I don't feel comfortable with titles and honoraries.
Throw them in the brig. You can call me Andy even.
Qapla, Darth Maul.
You know, LDG, there is an episode of the Incredible Hulk series called Prometheus that maybe you should watch in some sort of stream party.
Interesting. All right.
Yes.
And just to let you know, the word fair as an adjective doesn't necessarily mean that there's a decision to be made. It just means in accordance with rules or standards, legitimate. And if your trial is to call someone guilty, and it just needs to be within the accordance of rules of standards. It doesn't actually have to mean the person's not guilty.
Oh, I think you've misunderstood even the spelling of the word. We're talking about paying your way on a train.
F-A-R-E.
Oh yeah.
Hector.
Jedi Bill, have you seen Andy Trecker's Muppets video?
I haven't seen this
no.
Muppets video. When did this Muppets video come
I
out?
have not.
It must have been about an hour ago now.
I made a response.
Wait, is this 2-minute video the Muppets video or whatever?
Yes.
The 1 minute
Yeah,
long
the
is
minute,
also
the
the
minute,
Muppets
the minute,
video?
minute and 13 seconds. Yes, it's
Yes,
got the
it
Muppets
is.
logo on it. Yeah,
I want my $7 back.
Fine, I'm gonna go watch this video.
$7.
Yeah, me too.
You get paid $7 a minute. Wow.
The one that the video that cracks me up from Anti Trucker is the most funniest one of them all, and it's the one where he keeps talking. It's the one related to every time I hear him saying, "Why does YouTube hate me? Why does YouTube, the algorithm, don't like me?" But he has a video up that specifically says, "Fuck you, Google."
Yeah.
He's wearing a suit and everything, and he wonders why the algorithm doesn't
with a
like
fireplace, with a fireplace behind him, like Masterpiece Theater or something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even I won't go that far. I'm pushing it with permission. I'm pushing it talking about Prometheus, and he just straight up says, "F you, Google."
Okay, in all honesty, let's dial it back a little on Anti-Trigger. We're not here to make fun of Anti-Trigger. We've got criticism of his videos.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're joking.
You know, if he was here, if he was in the stream,
video.
If he was in the stream in the panel, I'd say sure, go at it.
Okay. You're right.
But if he's not in the panel, let's.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to make valid criticisms of a video, that's fine. But let's not all just pile up on Anti-Trigger. Who's not
I'm just trying to give it more views.
You should check out his videos, though. Seriously, they are funny.
Well,
including
it is.
the one I just mentioned. It's hilarious.
His objective subject,
I enjoy watching
particularly on the Borg, are very, very well done and very well thought out. So yes, I mean, the videos like the one he put out today are an occasional.
Yeah.
He
has some
change
from
an aberration.
Aberration.
A lot funnier than watching the stream I was on, where I was so drunk I couldn't follow my own mouse. Yeah, that was fun.
And no one else could follow your mouth.
Mouse. I couldn't catch my mouse on the screen.
He couldn't catch his mouse on the
drunk
screen.
I was. Yeah.
You can't catch his mouth either, but that's
Speaking of AT, one more time here, Bird. Sorry, but yeah, I got confirmation from Yitzi. The character on my portrait is Anti-Trekker.
Oh.
That's why his little boat is called the SS Turd.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking the SS Turd.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Anti-Trekker? That's what made me say it.
Yeah.
But
I'm
small
gonna go watch it
suggestion.
too. I'll be right back.
All right, so small suggestion. Keep the earth like a little dome-ish, just a little dome-ish, but just cut off the edge and have the water falling off the edge. That's all you have to do with that. I think Darren would agree that would be a good improvement.
Yitzi had to make a compromise because the image he likes to do for people is he likes to do a regular one, and then he likes to do the portraits where they fit inside of a circle, and he really couldn't do it any other way. So yeah.
You could have like a pump from a fish tank, recycling the water back up.
We got two people
That's actually
complaining of
pretty cool.
seizures in the chat right now.
Oh yeah, LDG, your green screen is flipping the fuck out.
No, it does that. That's normal.
That's my effect.
1995
I'm
called it.
supposed
Once
to
its
have
piracy PSA back.
Yeah, it's a TV effect. That's the whole point. It's my Wanda screen.
Okay, I watched the video and I renege what I just said about not piling on anti-tracker.
You want to pile?
What the hell, anti-tracker? What the hell was that?
You heard it, everybody. We have
Didn't last long, did it?
No. No.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
And then you watch that video.
That's what you get.
No, I think it's a legitimate point. Until you actually watch the video, you should give him the benefit of the doubt. Then you watch it and go, "What the fuck was that?"
So now do we put Eat the Gummy in all of his videos?
Yeah, I put
it on that one.
in all of his videos. He put his address up somewhere. In his description is an address. You can mail him postcards that say "Eat the Gummy."
Mail him more gummies. That's a waste of $8. 12.
Well, it doesn't matter now because that gummy is already the capsaicin in that gummy is already broken down.
Probably
they don't last forever. There is an expiration date on it. Yeah, look
probably.
it up. It doesn't last forever.
Bill Gates is now claiming cows emit more pollution than cars.
Oh, he's been saying that for a while. Yeah,
okay, I have a test for him to take that.
He's part of that. He's part of the. He's part of the Great Reset thing that they want to do. Part of it.
Only somebody like that could think that a natural process like cows farting would be polluting the environment.
I have a test for him, and it's inspired by Billy too.
I
will spend the night in a sealed garage with a cow.
I just
he can
read
spend
that
the night in a sealed car.
He actually owns 33% of our farmland right now.
Yeah, he bought up a whole bunch of farmland. Yeah.
Yep, I'll spend the night in the garage with a cow. He can spend the night in the garage with a running car. We'll talk about it the next day to see how it went. Maybe.
So I just watched that, and my the thing that gets me is like, did he think someone didn't do that on purpose? Because producers sit around in fucking TV booths all the time putting shit on like that on purpose. It's like an Easter egg, you know. They have nothing else to do because so much of it is automated.
But I ask for my smokes.
I saw a very interesting little horror short.
Did you just say that on her birthday? Sorry, Darren. Go ahead.
It's okay. I don't think she heard me. She was in the kitchen.
Do any of you, and Tim probably does, but because he lives near me, but does anybody remember back in the 80s there was a pizza place called Showbiz?
Yeah.
Geez, yeah.
And they had a character called Billy Bob, which was
it was like
bear.
the poor Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. Well, Chuck E. Cheese eventually bought Showbiz Pizza Place, but they had their own band called the Rockafire Explosion, and it had like a big gorilla as a front man and a keyboard and stuff like that. Well, there is a short film on YouTube, very short, called The Hug. And it was part of Hulu's Huluween Film Fest. It's a 5-minute long short. And
Jesus, I just looked up Google images of that.
It is, yeah.
And it was like a Disney animatronic thing. That was what they did. But no, there's this horror short, 5 minutes 10 seconds long, called The Hug, and the full title on YouTube is Huluween Film Fest: The Hug. And the monster in it is basically Billy Bob, but painted up to look like a panda instead of a bear. And yeah, it's fun.
There's a guy who restores Showbiz Pizza bots and then has them play things like Metallica. I'm trying to find. Have you seen those?
There's a documentary called The Rockafire Explosion Experience or something, and it's all about people who find these old Showbiz Pizza animatronic creatures, and they they fix them up and make them run smooth, and then they make them do funny things like that. Yeah.
I will put a little link. There is a documentary, and then there's lots of shorts of these things. Well, maybe I won't put a link in because people can do their own weird Google searches, I guess. Can't help them being helpful in it.
Yeah. I had a friend who had birthday parties at Showbiz Pizza all the time. They put a crown on you, and you get this little wooden throne that they put you on, and he liked Showbiz.
Down though,
He liked Showbiz Pizza so much that he eventually went to work for them when we were in high school, and got to be Billy Bob, walking around playing with kids and stuff.
That's terrifying. What does he do now? Is he locked up somewhere?
No, he's a yoga and Tabata instructor in Colorado. He has a YouTube channel too, if you want to check him out.
Somehow I didn't see. You don't strike me as the kind of guy who has a yoga instructor friend.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So what does he strike you as,
Lucifer?
I don't know. I think Darren is fascinating, frankly. I can't figure that guy out.
Yeah, Sean Veig Fitness is the channel. I'll put the link in the private chat here.
You can put it in the public chat if you want.
Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and do that, too.
It's up to you. Thomas says, Bird of Prey, you clearly didn't pay attention. Anti-Trigger thought it was funny. They just happened to watch the episode today. Yeah, I got that. It was a very short video. I understood that. I don't know.
Why make it a YouTube video?
Yeah, it seemed like, okay, maybe that was a coincidence. Him and Mrs. Anti-Tracker could have joked about to go through putting it into a video and uploading it.
Yeah.
I
I
thought there would be more to it.
I admire the,
I'm happy
we're
he's
out
happy.
there thing. But yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of gravitas.
Kronos says, I had a friend. That is all. You know what, Kronos? Good for you. Good for you. And Lucifer Chavez is back in the house again. Thank you for returning, Lucifer Chavez. And Darren put in that link to Motley Fitness.
Yeah, it used to be, the channel used to be called Motley Fitness, and he changed it to Sean Veig Fitness. So,
what's the point of it, Darren?
Oh, it's just this is a guy I went to school with from first grade through high school.
A yoga instructor?
Yeah,
or a yoga instructor. I couldn't hear.
Yoga and Tabata and other calisthenics. And so his channel, he and his wife have an exercise channel. He's got 192K subscribers, and
damn,
that's impressive.
Yeah, he also does local teaching. He lived in Florida, at Celebration, Florida. When he worked for Disney as their fitness coordinator, but then he decided he wanted snow and mountains, so he moved to Colorado.
And a house that didn't fall down and be full of mold. That's a disaster.
Well, Celebration is a town that Disney built in the early '90s, and it's
a disaster.
I hope the houses smell better than their hotels.
Well,
the dolphin.
Whatever. Florida now.
He didn't complain about that, but the thing that freaked me out whenever I would talk about visiting him was the fact that that alligators roamed around that town. He'd be in the park trying to film a video, and alligator would chase him away.
So basically, where he's living is like Northern Territory here. Lovely.
Yeah.
Darwin.
Space Kissing Her with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Space Kissing Her. Says, I have 2 friends in real life. If you have more than 5, they probably aren't friends. Hail Emperor. And there's something to be said for that.
Mr. Londell says, "Isn't a panda a bear?" Because I meant that Billy Bob was not. I think he was a black bear, and they painted him white in that short film, The Hug, and they call him something the panda.
Thomas, you're not ugly, stupid loser.
But let's not mince words here, Mr. Lundell. A panda is actually a species of raccoon.
No.
A panda bear is a bear.
A red panda. Yeah.
Red panda. Yeah.
Sorry, I just
Yeah.
really jumped right in there and was an asshole.
I hope
That's
we'll
fine.
see you before tomorrow, Thomas. But if that's what it is, it's what it is. Have a great night at work, or best you can have.
But here's the thing: it wasn't very long ago that there was a big debate. When I was in college, there was a big debate about whether pandas were closer to raccoons or bears, and it wasn't until we fully sequenced their DNA that we figured out they are truly Ursas. They're an Ursidae.
Yeah. Yeah, the natives where pandas are, the people there categorized them together because they shared some common design traits with their fur and stuff. But the larger ones are bears. It's kind of like how 50, 60 years ago, those mammals that we call today dolphins weren't called dolphins; they were called porpoises. And they had a nickname in some parts of the country or world called bottlenose dolphins. And pretty soon they became dolphins. So the problem is that there's a fish called a dolphin that people now they had to rename it a dolphin fish. So the Navy's submarine service, their insignia has 2 dolphins on it, but then people always ask, well, if they're dolphins, how come they have scales? And it's like,
I thought there actually was a porpoise, not the bottlenose dolphin, but an actual porpoise had a smaller snout on it.
The porpoise was, the nickname of the bottlenose dolphin of the porpoise was the bottlenose dolphin, and they became dolphins in mainstream colloquial language. And
they're all
so,
species, right?
Yeah, the problem is we already had a creature called a dolphin that all of a sudden nobody knows about because everybody thinks of these mammals over here. The actual escorts of Neptune in Greek mythology and Roman mythology were the dolphin fish, not the porpoises.
Does it come from dauphin? Dauphin in French, like the
Delphine?
Yeah,
possibly.
My favorite podcast in the world is called No Such Thing as a Fish. I was talking about this with somebody this morning, and it's these. Has anyone ever seen the show QI in England? The weird quiz show hosted by.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that show, which is sort of nuts, goes through facts and stuff, and they have a whole staff of people who do nothing but research weird shit, and they're called the QI elves. QI stands for quite interesting, and then every week,
I love that show.
Yeah, it's great. And every week, these researchers sit down and just talk about their 4 favorite facts from their research that week, and it's like the most fun show. And on the very first episode, they're like on episode 500 now, but on the very first show, they pulled out the fact that the Oxford Dictionary of, I think it's aquatic biology or something, starts out by saying there is actually no such thing as a fish, because we use the word fish so liberally and across so many families and classes of aquatic life that it actually becomes meaningless.
You want to know why, though?
Bony fish, you can say osteichthyes, you can say like bony fishes, but you have to say all of that because there's also starfish and,
jellyfish, yeah.
Because of people's obsession with Lent in the olden times, just to get around the restrictions of Lent, they basically made anything a bird, anything a fish. Like
Friday, this is fish.
Yeah, a bird is a fish. They went very, very liberal because of that. They were just hungry, want to get around it. As a matter of fact, I think it was the French who were responsible for that one.
Does that mean there's no such thing as a COVID death or Coke for that instance?
Oh, here you go.
You call everything Coke and you call everything a COVID death. There's no such thing anymore.
Yeah, one has more import than the other at this point.
They do that in the South, where Coke is their word for soda, and they're like, "What kind of Coke do you want?" It's like,
did you know Coke tried to sue for that? Yeah,
weird.
Coke tried to sue for that.
Who would they sue?
I don't remember the full story, but they tried suing somebody. I don't know if it was Pepsi or whatever. Well, for everybody calling it a Coke, and the judge said, "Sorry, it's the people doing it. It's not Coke. It's not Pepsi."
Well,
you
a way,
you can't do anything about that.
in a way, every business wants that. Every business wants their product to be what people call that thing, even though there's other things in the market, like the jet ski, and
Kleenex.
there's other ones. Kleenex is another one, yeah, and
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid. Yep,
Some businesses go out of their way not to do that though, because then they lose their meaning. Like Lego gets pissed when you call other bricks that are compatible with Lego Legos.
Yeah.
Because if Lego becomes too common of a word and they lose their trademark, protection, then they're shit out of luck.
I never had Legos.
Well,
I had these things called.
They're not shit out of luck. They can still call themselves that. They just it's just they're just getting pissy about nothing.
What'd you have, Darren? Erector sets?
No, instead of Legos, I didn't have Legos. I had these things called bristle blocks.
Next.
Oh, I loved those. They were.
Oh, I also had those. There were some that were shaped like bears.
They had really bright color, like primary.
Very
colors.
bright, very bright 70s
It was like
primary
Velcro
colors.
blocks, kind of.
Yeah, they look very when you Google search them, they look like very much like something out of the 70s.
Yeah. How old are you?
Lego. Hey, Lego already lost its fight to have 8-sided bricks trademarked by law. They already lost it.
No. That's the shape of the brick they lost. They still have the term on the word Lego.
I think it's trademarked on like their logo.
Trademark is different than
on their logo.
My friends,
Yeah.
they lost the patent, not the trademark.
It reminds me, there was a band years ago that wanted to call itself Green Jello, and of course Jello got after them, and they had to change their name to Green Jelly.
Or just Waldorf style.
Green Jelly.
Xerox. Xerox is another one.
Xerox, yeah.
Lincoln
Kronos
Logs
used to
will
play with
probably
Lincoln.
be
A name.
soon,
Yeah.
because Lincoln was
This is why it kind of pisses me off that the American Indians didn't win the fight for America, because they knew you
hate
can't
being
own
here?
a name. Because you can't own a name. You can't own things that you don't own. You have no right to
can't own things you don't own. I
Oh,
love
you're
it.
talking about property law? Like
No, I'm just
land?
talking. I'm just talking subjectively here. I'm not stating any actual.
He's stating his opinion.
You can't own a name. Like, if you
Another
can own a name.
LDG.
I mean, how many people can be named Bird or named LDG or named Andrea? Imagine if you owned the right to your name. Like we would already be out of names by now.
27
You know what I mean? You can't own
Did you
a
know
name.
that? You know why the creators of Kodak, the camera and film company, named their company Kodak?
No.
Because
Bears?
that word had no meaning in no known language at the time.
It's close to Kodiak.
So I would say that's okay for them to own that word, at least for a while.
No, it's English language. It's a language. It's syllables. It's vibrations of sound.
I would make the
can't
argument
own
that they made it up, but technically all of us are made up.
Like you're undermining the entire fabric of our society by saying
Exactly.
Well, he is the destructor.
apparently.
Oh, you're talking about me.
Somewhere in this country, somebody named their kid Bird. I don't know who, I don't know where, but I'm sure that somewhere
And
in
it
the
happened in the
history of the
60s.
country,
I just
probably
read
in the
about
last
it.
50 years, some parent or parents decided to name their kid Bird.
It wouldn't have to be in
No.
English, though. You could always just use a
Bird Jones or
Oh,
Jones Birdie or whatever.
It reminds me of that couple that
Oh, yeah,
had a
Lady Bird
contest where
Johnson, right?
they
Yeah,
Lady Bird Johnson.
Exactly.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Reminds me of that couple that decided to have the internet pick the name for their child, and they ended up with
God.
Cthulhu Allspark.
Yeah, or the science
That's
vessel
awesome.
with Bodie McBoatface. You remember that?
Yes,
That's right. Yeah.
I would name the kid that.
Those are
Actually, the word, the surname Bird is actually quite popular.
Bird.
Surname is an Anglo-Saxon origin
As a
on the
surname,
variant
yeah,
of
we're
the
talking
English
about
word
first names
bird,
here.
which derives from the Old English pre-7th century birdie.
Yeah, Birdie. But neither of them are in the top 1,000 names at the Social Security Administration.
Well, maybe now we're talking 7th century here. So I mean,
Or
I don't think Social Security was around then.
Anybody remember
No, it's
remember SOS condoms. They tried to open up in Dubai and they got kicked out because they're a manufacturer of condoms and they don't like that shit in Dubai. So they decided to throw it on the internet. Where should we open our headquarters? And the place that won was a place called Batman, which is
in Turkey.
like in Afghan. It's in
Batman
Turkey. Yeah,
SOS
and so they never opened in Batman. They never opened again anywhere.
They learned not to do online surveys like that.
Right.
Yep.
You guys know that story about when Chevy tried to market the Nova in Mexico, and Nova means doesn't go, literally.
Yeah.
No go.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and they did not know that before they marketed it down there. Here, buy this car. It doesn't go.
Wow, that's a strange one. Usually Nova in most romantic languages means new.
New.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nova. Mm-hmm.
Nova. Yeah. If they. Yeah. Nueva in Spanish means new.
Yeah.
So if they changed it to
language.
Nueva, it would have been fine.
Yeah, but ese carro no va. That car does not go.
Don't
They
take
put
us
me in a
to
joke about that somewhere.
See.
Oh, great. It's flooding
He's not
outside.
on the popular baby name list.
I'm
if I
mad.
told you a person's name was
Joseph
Petitza,
Bell.
what would you think then? That
Name was what?
Petitza.
Petitza?
Mm.
Pizza, the food.
No, Petitza.
Petitza.
Oh, Petitza.
Is that like Patricia?
No.
Hey, what about
It's just
Larry
bird in
Bird?
a couple of it's just bird in a couple of Slavic languages.
Petitza.
Well, it sounds like a nice
What
name.
about Big
doesn't it?
Bird?
There was certainly a lot of people with BYRD as a last
Yeah.
name.
And that was his last name, Larry Joe Bird. There you go.
Yeah.
Larry
Yeah,
Bird's.
well,
I thought that was a
Yeah.
nickname,
Well,
like
if
he flew like a bird, but no, his actual last
Did
name
you
was
ever watch him play? He
BIRD.
did not.
Yeah, there are lots of birds.
Yeah, I know. I
I-
just not what I was saying.
I
Well,
remember
yeah.
as a kid walking through the cemetery where at the time most of the family had been buried before we stopped burying ourselves. And like it was the
Wow,
first
this
time I was in the cemetery where I could read, and there were so many graves of Josephs and Marys. Joseph and Mary, Joseph and Mary, Joseph and Mary. Mom,
Yeah.
why are they all Joseph and Mary? I said, well, Mary was a very common name, back these people,
Especially
who
for Christians.
died and died between 1900 and 1950.
Between
And-
one.
There's another famous Bird too. That was Robert Byrd, who was the U.S. Senator from West Virginia for 51 years. He was a
Yes, sir.
former Klansman, Democrat, of course, and he was a Grand Cyclops, which meant he was a recruiter. But he, in his 51 years of being the senator from West Virginia, just about everything in that state is named after him. He's got more crap named after him in that state.
Oh, and rules in the Senate, the bird rule.
Yep.
And yeah, I interviewed him a bunch of times. He would sit there and eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and glare at you. It was like one of the most fucking off-putting people I ever interviewed.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, Cinnabon. I thought people were killing Josephs and Marys.
Yeah.
People what?
I thought they were being killed. I thought it was like a crime surge. I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, why are all these dead Josephs and Marys?
Yeah.
You want to hear something really weird?
Oh, you know what?
Going to
Mental
school
note:
one
don't
time.
marry anybody named Mary.
Hey,
We
is
used
this
to
an
have
aunt
the.
of yours?
We used
They
to have
were
the
in
very
my
first
family,
Prime Minister
too.
buried across the road from us. The very first of this bloody country.
Wait, what?
What now? What, Doc?
When I was a young lad and going to school and such, like, we used to have a cemetery across the road, and buried in that cemetery was the very first Prime Minister of Australia, old Tosspot Turley.
Bus.
The
Tosspot
first Prime
Turley, that's what
Minister
they
of
called
Australia?
him. Edmund Bartman.
Wow.
He had a nickname, Tosspot Turley. That's what people called him.
Weird. Oh, you Australians, man, and your words.
You know,
I think I found Ozzy O'Pre's nephew or niece, Australian diplomat named Gillian Bird. There we go.
Gillian Bird. Oh, you want to hear a really horrible voice? A really grating, ear bleeding voice? Look up Julia Gillard.
I thought Wonder Woman was. I think I've told some of you this. I thought Wonder Woman was the president's daughter because it was Linda Carter. The president was Jimmy Carter.
That might be one of the reasons why she got the part. I mean, although I think that was in '76 that show started.
She had two very good reasons she got that part.
Yeah,
yeah.
She looked great in a phone booth.
Yeah, she did. No, but I was watching a documentary about the teddy bear, and of course, that was the teddy bear was born out of a story where Theodore Roosevelt wouldn't shoot a bear. When he went on a hunting trip, he pardoned the bear or whatever. But so then Taft becomes president after him, and his people want to replace the teddy bear with this possum.
I know the story.
And the thing is that Taft, one of his favorite dishes, and if you ever see pictures of Taft, he was a porker. One of his favorite dishes was roasted possum on sweet potatoes, where you'd literally have like a plate of sweet potatoes, and then on top of it would be this dead roasted possum. Now, anybody who's seen a picture of a possum, it's not the most appetizing thing.
Possum and taters.
Possum and taters. I could not.
Large. Didn't he get
His name was Billy Possum.
Bully
I
possum.
assume the head was removed, right?
No, sometimes they leave it on because there's a lot of meat behind the back of the neck. Like my dad eats fish that way. Whenever he catches a fish, he doesn't cut the head off because there's all kinds of meat, behind the head. But they used to sell cans of creamed possum too, and you can still get replicas of the cans of creamed possum. I don't think they have the actual creamed possum inside. They're just the replicas of the cans on Amazon.
I wonder what's inside.
Creamed possum.
I think they're just empty. They're just
somebody gave me a can of something that is marked as primordial soup, and I'm like, I really want to know what's inside.
Brave.
What?
Quite brave.
Brave?
Primordial soup.
I don't know.
Never mind. I just had a. What was that one? I just had a sci-fi.
That one went over my head too. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
I have a friend who cooks the muskrat every spring. They sell muskrat in the Lexington Market in Baltimore every spring. It's it's very classic Southern black and rural. Sort of. It's not just soul food. It's also like sharecropper, poor basically food.
I don't often want the government intruding, but I think we need to reduce the risk of the next pandemic, really reduce the number of animals we eat from.
Are you kidding? There's laws on the books right now that's protecting some states' rights to forage roadkill.
Yeah, you see that's what I'm talking about.
I don't have any problem with that.
We should send you like kangaroos. You call you that?
I mean, as long as you don't have like a whole lot of shit from your tires in it.
Well, no, because a law like that would promote people running over animals.
Acceptable meat sources: beef, chicken, turkey.
You don't want to run over animals. They're horrible
Bugs.
to eat.
You don't know most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Pork,
anything.
and that's it.
People would do that. Like, seriously.
I'm all for eating roadkill as long as it's not been there for a day.
Oh yeah, some of the worst things I ever ate was foie gras.
Foie gras, yeah.
I think
Foie gras, whatever it is.
it's possible to claim a deer that you hit quite accidentally.
Yeah.
But you have to go through some pretty extraneous legal issues, and you have to get police on hand, and they gotta they gotta inspect it. And
where is
just
it?
take the goddamn animal, put it in the back of your truck, and drive it home.
Last thing
and that's if you didn't hit it with your truck.
Usually, when people hit a deer, they're destroying their car.
Yeah.
So they're not going anywhere once they hit this.
Or killing themselves. I mean, a lot of people don't walk away from
and most of the time, the deer, it's not even during
embedded in the
seasons.
deer.
The deer wouldn't taste very good anyway. There's
I
certain
can't
times
think
of the year when
any
you hunt.
place in this country where we're so worried about deer that we need bureaucrats to come tell us it's okay.
Yeah.
I saw a car get hit by a deer. Like I was right behind the car that hit it, and it was It was a scary thing. The
They
deer
will-
flew across 2 lanes of traffic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy, especially depending on how fast you're going.
Luckily, it was dead.
One of the kids I worked with, he clipped the deer, and it flipped around the front of his car and hit the side passenger
all
door,
right. Can we
completely
Yeah,
missing the front
all right,
quarter
can we
panel?
please
It's
change
really
the
weird.
subject?
Yeah, that's gruesome.
All right, we're going to
getting
change the
off
subject here.
Paula Simpson says, I've been listening since 5 p.m., just being entertained. Had a good chuckle to myself just now about Ozzy of Prey because I realized I was imagining Ozzy of Prey in my head, like Ozzy Osbourne, I guess.
Him with an Australian accent. Go. No.
Darren, how old are you?
47.
Yeah, me
Really?
too. When's your birthday? No, you don't have, I'm sorry. I keep asking these questions.
You're
You know,
long lost twins.
That's what you're
This is a private chat, Andrea.
What is your second to third DNA chromosome next to the left? Yeah, exactly.
What's your mother's maiden name, Darren?
What's the barometric pressure of my location right now?
What's the last four of your social?
Sorry, you guys. I don't even think about it, and I'm just.
Where's this?
Yeah. So
Where's the
Honestly, it
softest
depends
spot
on the
in your
person.
Got
body?
satellite
people-
footage of your location right now.
Some people don't mind sharing their details.
I am so sorry. No, but
What are you wearing right
like it keeps being beaten into my head that like this is not normal behavior on the internet, Seabrook, and I cannot stop you. And I'm sure that people are like,
No, it's pretty normal for us, I'll be honest. If you asked almost anyone else here, they would have told you their day of birth.
literally, Darren. All I was thinking was maybe we have the same birthday.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Has
Mine
been
is
known to happen.
January 14th, so DM me
When?
if you have the same
When?
birthday. January 14th.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, we're close for me. So
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Okay.
Darren, sorry to say, I thought you were a lot older.
I don't
talking
sound.
to,
I,
Andrew,
you know,
or-
I do have a kind of.
I look so young.
No. I think it's the beard that does it.
Well, I started
Beat
going
me to it.
gray. Yeah,
No,
I started.
The beard
I-
makes him look prehistoric. But
Yeah,
it is
I know.
funny.
That is
No,
a
when I
very
first
damn
saw
good beard.
Darren, I thought it was a joke. Like I thought, like he was like trying to put one over. No offense, but he just looked a lot older with that beard. But his voice,
Yeah.
he sounds like a complete. What's the word I'm looking for?
Millennial.
A radio show personality that's been doing it for
DJ.
at least 25 years.
I sound very young. Yeah, that's what I've been told. My day job, I do tech support for one of the big carriers, and I get people who I know are younger than me are like, "Oh, listen, kid," it's kind of funny. But no, I started going gray when I was like 22. I mean, my whiskers started going gray when I was probably 23, and I remember when it happened. So it was kind of weird. I'm like, already? I thought I'd have at least.
Was
10
that
years.
before or after your nuclear submarine?
It was during the nuclear submarine. In fact, the joke is that I went gray when we took the submarine submerged through the Straits of Gibraltar. And for people who don't know, about a third of the world's shipping goes through the Straits of Gibraltar, and so for a submarine going through submerged, and my submarine was old, it could only track about 8 contacts, which is what we call ships. At a time. So when you have hundreds of ships going through that canal, you had to timeshare them all. And I went gray going through that. No shitter. When I left port from New London, Connecticut, I had brown hair and my goatee was brown. But when I got to La Maddalena, Italy, after having gone through the canal, I had 2 streaks of gray going through my on my chin, and
I thought it was.
Tell us all about
I
crossing.
thought it was Groton, Connecticut.
Groton, yeah. New London sounds nicer. The base's actual official name is Groton, New London base.
Yeah, it's where GD is, right? That's where I saw the Annapolis. That's which is also nuclear, but I think it's mostly it's nuclear powered, not yeah.
Well, pretty much every submarine the United States Navy uses and has used for the last, as long as I've been alive, has been nuclear. I mean, they had some diesels that were decommissioned at the end of the 90s, or the end of the 80s, but that's it. They're all pretty much nuclear now because,
So you didn't have a CHT system on board your sub, I'm guessing, right?
CHT.
It's the system collection, holding, and transfer system for the waste on the ship. It's part of.
No, we had a sand tank.
It's part of surface ships, but
okay,
so you didn't have that on a carrier.
No.
I mean,
Joseph is trying to tell me that roadkill is already tender meat, and it's 2D printed. It might be tender, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count as
and has had a soul. And has had a soul.
It's also been grilled.
It's
also
bird
been
approved.
grilled.
It's bird
Yeah,
approved.
it's been grilled.
Delete it.
It's 4-wheel drive driven.
Partially transported.
Yeah, partially.
Well, slightly airborne, slightly air cooled, air fried.
Slightly skewed,
Well, yeah. Pre-broken for the bones.
Oh my god.
We're horrible people, aren't we?
Making me want to find my Road Cafe posters.
Goes back to the whole if you're listening to what we're saying, it's horrible, but if you know what we mean, it's funny.
You mean like the reverse vacuum?
Yeah, the thing that T-Berg in the chat says the submarines have a tube for ejecting probes, decoys, and garbage compactors. Yeah, or garbage containers. Yeah, we do. Garbage. Yeah, and foodstuffs. We would compress them into cans.
What kind of gun you have on the top?
We didn't have a gun on the top.
You did?
We had a 3-inch launcher for launching probes and other things, but then we had a garbage launcher which actually just shot it out the bottom of the ship, and then the
That guns disappeared after World War II.
Pretty much, yeah.
Talk like this, and nobody thinks it's innuendo. And if I said the same damn words,
what's that now?
No, nothing. I'm talking about probes and
probes. Yeah, bathyothermographic probes. Basically, they're just thermometers.
I was just I was doing a Beavis and Butthead sort of thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But what does bathyothermic mean?
It means that it takes the temperature of the water outside and measures it with density and things like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's okay, Andrea. My mind went the same way. I just didn't want to upset Darren.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have
testified.
He gets sensitive when he's talking about his submarine.
Hey, positive candor. If you could lean way in towards your mic, and we would be able to hear it when you were trying to say something instead of everybody jumping all over you. Sometimes too. I sometimes I don't hear you until everybody else has started talking.
Okay.
That might just be lag too.
No, it's
we're a feisty positive candor.
Positive candor has a soft,
very soft, very passive aggressive. You can piss him off, but just don't fall asleep next to him after, kind of.
Kronos wants to know about the Caterpillar drive.
So why?
Oh God.
The Caterpillar drive,
and also where is
I'm good. I'm good.
Where's the weakest part of the submarine, and what are its biggest vulnerabilities? Please.
The worst crewman on board.
Okay.
I would say the weakest is. Let me guess this one real quick. Then Darren can say if I'm right or wrong. The most vulnerable part of a submarine is when it's at dock.
Well, that's not a part of the submarine.
Not a part.
It's just
Well,
that's when it's.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
The best part to strike. The best time to strike a submarine is when it's docked.
Okay.
I think it's the weakest link in the chain of command. Quite honestly,
it all depends on who you talk to. Some people would say the propeller is, or the propulsor
behind
in the
the
newer
propeller.
submarines. Other people would tell you it's a sail. That's where all the masts and antennas are located. And I've always thought that the very front end, the sonar dome, is the most vulnerable. That's the because in the front of a submarine you got this great big curved bulbous, front, right? That's not steel. That's fiberglass.
Ooh.
Because there's a sonar sphere underneath that, which has all basically is a sphere of transducers that are used for active and passive sonar. And so, this idea that, I remember I had somebody ask me, well, I guess if you can't use a torpedo, you could just ram the ship, right? I'm like, no.
No.
Not with a fiberglass front. It's like the rest of the boat is steel, but that dome is fiberglass with a bunch of sensitive equipment on the inside. So no, you want to use a torpedo.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Darren. Aren't there high explosives somewhere near the front?
What's that?
I could just be my layman's understanding of submarines, but even for getting the sonar dome, aren't there high explosives up front?
Not on mine. The torpedo room was closer to the center of the ship, but it launched the torpedoes out, torpedo tubes that were at a 7-degree angle out the sides, right behind the dome. So, yeah, it's
6 o'clock.
Hey, it's 6 o'clock, Andrea.
Yeah, sorry, my phone. I mean, my
Oh,
computer.
it's 10 o'clock here.
Yeah.
You just confused anybody not in Central Time Zone right now.
So, the Nautilus, for example, Captain Nemo's Nautilus, it in the novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, it would sink ships by ramming them because every other ship in the water at that point was wood, and his was not wood. So
and he had a big spine. Going
yeah, well, depending on who you talk to, yeah.
It's whatever movie you watch too.
Right.
It was loud.
Yeah. My favorite one probably was the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen because the Nautilus was solar powered. He had to surface the ship and deploy solar panels to recharge the batteries, and then it would, I thought that was just brilliant fantasy, period specific fantasy, and then the whole ship was shaped like a sword, so,
Now, I was surprised they didn't have, and submarines would be the perfect one for this, is to put underwater wave generators so that way the submarine could just recharge by hooking up to underground batteries that just constantly recharge itself through the waves of the ocean.
Yeah, reactors are more reliable than something like that. I mean, the first submarines were diesel electric.
Secondary power, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I gotta say,
not primary power, but
in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I thought the Nautilus was a beautiful ship, at least until it launched that pod.
Yeah, the escape pods were very, very. That was stretching it.
That was
like
silly.
Okay.
I was like, "What is that?"
I mean, I don't have a problem with Victorian era science fiction concepts, but so solar power. I thought, okay, that's neat. You can basically have the ship, be ran like a modern submarine, even though there was no nuclear power down there, just by having batteries and solar power. But then when they launched that little escape pod thing, that was just
the exploration craft. Like, what?
Terrible.
How does that move? I don't know, like you said, the physics behind that thing.
Yeah,
I guess I could do the same thing too. They could deploy like solar panel pads that float to the top, and you just connect to the battery real quick. That way you can just go back, recharge, and bounce. You don't have to stay up all the time.
Unless it's cloudy. Yeah.
Well, obviously the ABC conditions, but
yeah. No, the in Atlas Shrugged, the main mysterious main character, and for life of me I can't remember his name right now. Created a machine. John Galt. Yep, that's what it was. He invented a machine that would tap into the Earth's electromagnetic field, and basically he created free energy. And so, since that was a science fiction concept from early 20th century, I thought if they had gone there, that would have been fine too. He developed a motor that would run off of just ambient electricity in the atmosphere. Didn't need lightning or anything. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, I don't think Tesla was as close as people give him credit for to free energy.
No.
He had some ideas, but he unfortunately wasn't equipped to deal with them. And his competitors, of course, Edison being one of them, were more entrenched in the industrial complex, of the United States. So he couldn't. He always had problems getting funding.
Yeah, I feel like Tesla right now, honestly, Prometheus.
And Melissa,
I feel like Einstein. I'm just fucking with you, LBG. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mr. Londell says it right. Tesla was nuts. They call me nuts too, but yeah, no, I've come up with the perfect user end program.
You're going to end up
for true
talking to
public forum.
pigeons for the last 10 years of your life.
Exactly. And then somebody's going to find my notebook and say, holy shit, he actually found out how to send a message without actually sending the message.
Right.
This could revolutionize the internet. Oh my God.
Ophelia Glunderschnabel donated $1.10 and says, "Dear Bob, one day has passed since your legal notice of impending charges in the Intergalactic Criminal Court. As a show of faith, I hereby forward these funds equal to the value of exactly 2 U.S. postal stamps. Good day, sir." Is that what stamps are up to? 55 cents?
Yeah, they're very
right.
expensive. Very expensive now.
Yeah, I haven't had to buy stamps in a while. Thank you, I guess.
I have not looked at that like once. I hope I'm not like.
I thought they were 36 cents, but I could be wrong.
And
no, they're definitely more than 50 cents. 50 cents is where I stopped paying attention.
It's official. LeVar Burton and John Delancey are coming on Star Trek Picard Season 2.
Official, according to who?
According to Jonathan Frakes.
Being reported from his Twitter or where? What's the source?
What's the story?
That LeVar Burton and John Delancey are in Picard Season 2.
Yeah, from his own Twitter account.
Well, I mean, as long as they keep making that crap.
You want me to share it with you?
Yeah.
Well, now we got a way to bring Picard back to life, I guess.
Yeah.
Says he's going to have a major role.
Hold on. I'll share it with you since you don't believe me, obviously.
I
believe
you. I want to see it. That's awesome news. You kidding me? A way to fix Star Trek is coming to frickin' Star Trek? Oh, that's beautiful.
Is
You have to separate it.
Fix Star Trek?
You have to separate it from Secret Hideout to fix it. That's the first thing you have to do. You have to cut out the cancer that is Secret Hideout. A lot of talented people there, but I'm sorry, they haven't turned out a product that matches.
I mean,
whatever the directors and the producers say they do.
Yeah.
Because they want to.
I see that Jonathan Frakes tweeted out that picture a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
February 26th, he tweeted out a picture of him, Geordi, and Q, but I don't see any text with it.
I don't know who you trust in this space because Inverse.
Don't trust anybody.
Yeah, Inverse has a story, and
you buy a bag of salt and just start chucking it over your shoulder.
Well, listen, Jonathan Frakes tweeted the picture of the three of them, and every website, every thing made a story about what could this mean because they wanted clicks.
You may find this. Who knows if that?
But if now it's being reported that they're definitely have a big role, I just wanted to see. So I guess.
More power to him. More power to him. I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
Did you paste in the link, Positive Candor? Or did Positive Candor leave?
No, he's still here somewhere.
He's not in the.
He's not in the.
Oh no, this isn't.
I hope we didn't. You didn't mean to be insulting. I just was curious what the source was.
It's all about separating fact from rumor, you know.
Right. And well, I'm on Jonathan Frakes' Twitter right now, and unless he made it as a reply to this tweet he made a few days ago,
I can't find it.
I don't see.
Does he have a check mark next to his name? I'm assuming.
Yeah. I'm on the real Jonathan Frakes.
There's so much out there that just says like it may. There's a leak that it's hard to find anything.
I found him.
Yeah.
I found him. Jonathan Frakes check mark.
Sometimes rumors are fun, but I mean, other than that, they're really not.
I found it. I found it.
Did you
okay,
find
it's just a picture of them three together.
That's what I said 5 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
I'm just confirming.
Yitzy fixed my picture.
Oh, that's just a cruel teaser. Both of those guys have to make an appearance. Quite honestly, Picard should end with him and be with the last scene.
That they said that there's playing a major part in the season 2. So that's what I'm trying to find out.
It was a positive Candor chuckle.
It's pretty. I'll say that it's kind of fishy that the CBS just did a big LeVar Burton profile 2 days ago. That sounds like cross pollination.
I should get Jonathan Frakes to do it in Cameo and making him say that it's confirmed.
Okay, on Google News, there's just people asking questions. Are they teasing something? There's been no.
Yeah, I think that's what positive Candor meant. He was just having fun with it. That's all. That's
not having fun.
It wouldn't. It is. It's funny. I'm laughing. It was a good one.
There's a guy on YouTube named what's his name? No, let me find it here.
There's a lot of guys on YouTube.
Yes, I know. I should have been more prepared before I opened my mouth. But Jason T is his name, and what he does some amazing work. What he does is he created, for example, the opening for Star Trek: The Original Series, but in the style of TNG. So Kirk's Enterprise does all the same, motions in front of the camera and stuff, and he did one where he did the TNG intro, but with in the TOS style, with the yellow lettering and everything. And he put LeVar Burton, his name, like third in the cast, after Patrick Stewart and Jonathan Frakes, then LeVar Burton. And everybody took him to task for that, and saying that Data should have come first. And I'm like, when I first watched TNG, the only actor I recognized was LeVar Burton. I hadn't seen anybody else, because I didn't watch Night Court, so I didn't recognize Data or anything. And LeVar Burton was already the host of Reading Rainbow and was on Roots.
Data was in Night Court.
Yeah, he had a recurring character who is this. He
was
bumpkin.
Funny as hell.
Yeah.
I loved that show. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. And so I'm looking at these comments on his video going, honestly, even though LeVar Burton wasn't playing like the captain or anything, he was he was the only recognized. Will Wheaton, I suppose, was the other one because I had seen Stand By Me, but LeVar Burton was like one of the only people I really recognized on the main cast. So I didn't have a problem with him putting LeVar Burton third, in the cast lineup in the credits. But I just remember that. I remember watching LeVar Burton on that show, especially in the first season when they hadn't really quite figured out what Geordi's character was going to be yet. And so they just went with standard 80s black character where he would say things like
they wanted
and stuff.
They wanted a blind man to pilot the Enterprise. That was that was the original goal.
But he didn't play it that way.
Yeah,
he didn't play it that way. So when he was on the show, he actually acted like a contemporary, like 80s black character on television. That would so like in the movie Date Movie, they have a black actor that's in that movie that's he's called the token black guy, and he basically is there to make fun of that stereotype, the idea that I'm just the token black guy, all I'm here to do is say things like damn and that is whack, and things like that. And that's what LeVar Burton was doing in like the first 2 episodes. I think the one that really stands out was in The Naked Now, where and then there was another one too where he actually made this expression woo-wee. He's talking about how fast he can make the ship go or something. It was just really bizarre when you look at the rest of the body of work of Geordi LaForge and what he eventually became, which was a hyper intellectual, never uses tools chief engineer.
What I thought was funny is they would always send him to the front of the ship to get a better look at whatever they were facing. It's like the sensors aren't good enough. You got to send the guy with the visor up front.
Well, I actually liked the one. There was one called. A Matter of Honor, I think was what it was called, or maybe it was.
Go look out the window.
I just watched this one.
But there was a first season episode where they
Code of Honor.
Code of Honor, that's what it was, where they hook up a thing to Geordi's visor so that the bridge can see what he sees.
Well, that
Picard has him put it on main viewer, and all he sees is obviously digital distortion effects and stuff like that.
I don't
like,
think
well, how do you
was
make
Code of Honor?
No.
It was the one where they first
the all black planet.
Geordi's mother.
The one where they got the Klingons.
The Klingons chorus was the yeah.
Welcome
they
back,
Captain
executive producer
Chorus.
Saul Leibowitz.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Darren's
Vaughn
in the middle of
Armstrong.
killing.
Yeah, it was Vaughn Armstrong's first TNG episode, and he played a Klingon named Chorus, and it was Heart of Glory. That was the name of the episode, and it was obviously a Worf-centric episode, but no, it opened up with Picard, of course, looking at the main viewer, going, "I'm beginning to understand him," just by looking at this jumbled visual frenzy of heat and and other radiation in front of him and stuff. And
I'm pretty sure Geordi could see through clothes. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he could too.
It was already confirmed that he could see through cards.
Yeah, they really hit home though the idea that he didn't see what anything like what we see, and that was what I think that was the main point of that was, and so later on, one of my favorite episodes from the second season is Up the Long Ladder, which a lot of people shit on, but I like it. And one of the things that happens in that episode is that Riker and Pulaski get abducted and they get some of their cells stolen for cloning. And Geordi's asking everybody at that clone planet what where they are, and he says they get back on the ship, and he's like every time I asked a clone where you guys were, they would lie to me. And he goes, how do you tell that? He goes, well, with my visor I can see all these different things that happen physiologically when a person lies. He says it doesn't always work with aliens, but human beings I got them nailed. And every single one of those those clones lied to me when they told me where you were. They hadn't seen you. And so there's a great example of how his vision could be used, and
they weren't consistent with it.
It made Troy useless.
Yeah, it was just too bad they weren't consistent with it. 'Cause as the seasons went on, the visor vision, if you ever saw it through his eyes, it would be more refined. Like in the Galandan Core incident, you could make out things a lot easier, but and then when you get to Generations, it's just like a vision, like a video camera. And I'm like, really?
I kind of thought that was actually not the way he meant to depict the way he sees. They put a camera in his visor that somehow made it through. That somehow made it through the transponder.
I think it would have been funny if they would have tapped into his visor and just saw that jumble of bullshit, and they're like, "Oh fuck!"
Do you guys remember Larry Wilmore? Who did? He was on the Daily Show as the black correspondent, the senior black correspondent for a while, and he did a couple. He's a liberal, but I was standing right next to him at the Democratic Convention in, I think, 2008, when he walked up to Elijah Cummings, the Baltimore congressman, and said to him, "Sir, how is your big black caucus?"
Yeah.
None of these guys are not racist at all.
I always had a
the beacon. The Democrat Party is a beacon of equality and respect.
I couldn't imagine that today. I tweeted out and reposted on Facebook a Bill Maher quote.
Yeah.
A Bill Maher clip from his
he's such
his stand your ground against cancel culture.
Yeah, that's surprising.
That was well done.
Bill
I
Maher
would
can
say.
actually get it right once in a while.
Broken clock, but damn.
Yeah.
Right on the money.
You know, you make a joke about being able to hack into Jordy's visor, and I always thought, like, especially with Jordy, and this fits Jordy's personality a little bit, that if you ever did that, you'd accidentally catch him.
Hey, yeah, I have something totally different to say. Someday, Darren, all of you, I'm going to have a live stream, and we're going to sit down and talk about the use of the word Democrat as an adjective. And okay, and not right now, but I just want to like put a pin in that for later. Okay.
Okay.
Well, hey, you won't come on because it doesn't sound like fun at all, does it?
Synonyms.
It sounds
Democrat
painful because unfortunately the party doesn't reflect what the actual meaning of the word is. So
I don't want to have it now, but it's, but look,
right.
Come
I
on,
think a lot of us understand it already.
you just make yourself sound petty as shit.
Well,
That's all.
that's the
I'm
idea.
fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I'm good with a little pettiness once in a while.
Well, Republican doesn't define itself either. And both
Yeah,
both
exactly.
are complete.
It's just petty bullshit. It's the most partisan thing you guys do.
Somebody's echoing.
I quote Trey Parker
I'm
and Matt
grilling.
Stone. Yeah, we don't like Republicans, but we can't fucking stand Democrats. Is what they said.
Don't call it right. Jesus, it just makes me want to like eat my cat every time.
Okay, well, I will refrain.
Don't eat your cat.
My hat. I said my hat.
Oh, your hat. Oh, that's different.
What's it made of?
Who has
Felt or
this thing up?
is it felt hat?
Somebody's
I got-
listening to this in the other.
I gotta figure out who's the echo.
It's not me.
I'm gonna
Not
mute
me.
myself and
Not
test it.
me.
Okay, it's gone away right now.
Well, I'm not muted, so
No, it's
Oh,
back.
it's you.
I'm thinking it's one of the white nipples.
yeah, it's one of these white people here.
It's
People
not
who
me.
are white. People
Well, no,
who are
no,
I
white.
said
what I
nipples.
meant was the avatars that are blank.
The generic blank.
people? What the fuck's going on?
Welcome, Ensign Ricky.
That's Ensign Ricky. It sounds like Ensign Ricky's kid.
It looks like Evil Zulu.
No, it is not.
Darren, you got to turn that down.
My kid's behind me. Probably your.
And before
There he
the
is.
Positive Candor has his watch party, 24 watch party, season 1, episode 3 and 4, starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh, he's doing 24? I love 24.
Yes, he started 24 today.
Chronos,
I think it's
First season, I like the first season was
called
good.
Light Leipowitz. I think that's who's making all that racket.
I
Yeah,
muted him a
I know
few
it.
times and it didn't go away.
I'm outdoors and I'm grilling.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll mute
Ensign
myself.
Ensign
How do you want
Ricky,
your steaks?
oh, you're fine. Don't worry. Ensign Ricky,
Medium rare
allow me
for
to greet
myself.
you in the language of your people. Fuckity fuck fuck fuck.
Yes.
And,
Hello, my neighbors!
Hello, my neighbor. Hello, my house.
Yes, yes. Fuck you too. Oh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There is a Democrat that I actually have liked, though.
One, just one.
Ow. Are there
Zell Miller.
Oh,
Zell
of
Miller.
course.
Did you fucking we were going through the mean tweets and they did the political and they got Nancy Pelosi over there? The best was for John Kerry. It was like if they were to put John Kerry's head on a mountain, it would be actual size.
Saying you like Zell Miller, the Democrat, is like
Be 1-to-1 scale. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 1-to-1 scale. Yeah,
1 scale, baby.
John Kerry. I just thought he fucking died. I was like, oh my god, it's hilarious. He even died. He laughed.
Commodore Ty, yes, Darren did get a new. He got a Yitza icon.
I'm
That's
so
good.
jealous. I'm jealous.
Yeah, in fact, Yitzi just fixed it too. You see now that the ship has a
it's
saucer
flat.
on it.
Oh,
He
wait.
also made it. He also made it flat. Yeah, or flatter.
The world is now flat.
You can't
and
see any
yeah.
trucker, which isn't.
All right, let me show the bigger one because the bigger
You
one is
get-
here. Here, let me grab it. Where is it here?
I wish I hadn't seen the previous picture.
All right, I'm
I
bringing
feel like
it up
I
now.
feel like this is appeasement or something.
He fixed it pretty quick though. You just contacted him like during the stream here.
Yeah, he updated it for me.
He's so great. He's doing
He's not
stuff.
a slacker. He's definitely not a slacker.
He's making a logo for me.
There we go.
There you
And
go.
as you can see, there's an edge now where things are coming off.
Where's the turtle?
Andy Trekker is right here in the SS Turtis, and he's also got an OS there.
Where's
Now there's two stop
Someone on
signs.
like a blue
There's
piece
two-
of cake.
Yeah, there's two stop signs there now. The moon is disc shaped like a coin, which is what I subscribe to. The constellation's right here, and there's the tree stump known as Devil's Tower.
Do you
There's my junk.
subscribe to it or do you believe it?
Does it look like he made a junk bigger? Oh no, never mind. Sorry.
He kept it the same size. Yeah.
I honestly it's like a tree stump myself, so I won't go against that theory.
All right, small suggestion: have a woodpecker coming out of the beard, looking all like with a strange face.
Darren,
I'm joking.
how did you?
Joking.
So exasperated. How did you think your sub got around if you went through the fucking Straits of Gibraltar?
Well, because the propeller provides thrust, and that moves it through the water.
Yeah, but
I think
the
she's-
water. Like, I mean, you know what I mean.
I think she's talking about the world map, dude.
Oh, well, I mean,
Here we go.
You can travel. Hold on, let me get back on.
No,
Not like that. That's good, man.
There's
You should put that on there. I was-
nothing about submarine operations that requires it to be on globe.
I just
No.
don't
Oh, wait,
believe you're
put
serious.
it back up there for a second. Put that back up there for a second. I
Oh,
want
you
to
want
look
me
at
to put
this.
it back?
I don't think
Okay.
you're
Put it back
serious.
up for a second.
I think you're joking.
He took
Yeah, totally,
it
Mike.
down.
Put it back up.
Arvik Stonder with a $2 super chat says, Qapla, Verto Prey 5. I want Guinan to come back. Well, she's the one person
She actually is.
really is supposedly coming back.
Yeah, she is. She's been confirmed by herself and Picard.
Yeah, Patrick
so
Stewart and
Patrick
her
Lewitt,
confirmed it
yeah.
on The View. Now,
Yes.
granted, things could change. It's been a long
Yeah.
time. But she
Yeah.
has an official response.
Oh, she loves
Okay.
it.
There you go. That was
Okay,
easy.
so
You know, the study her
So
character
question.
in that arc is called gynecology.
Oh my god, that was good. That was good. I like that. What do the stop signs represent? Because if not, I have an idea, but I wanted to ask
Well,
first. What do stop
obviously,
signs mean?
Yitzi thought it'd be funny to put stop signs there that, like, warning, you're about to hit the edge of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I was going off the thing where maybe he could put the ice wall on the back edge of the Earth, and the stop signs represent, stop or you will be shot.
Look, I'm not gonna have him. I'm not gonna have him modify it again.
You need the turtle up there, the giant, the cosmic turtle.
The cosmic turtle, yeah.
All the way
The
down.
cosmic turtle. No, he doesn't. No, that's not. It's not his version.
Yeah, that's Hindu, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Hindu.
Yeah, with the elephants. Yeah, the world is on an elephant. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Pretty wild. It's pretty crazy. But you know what?
Welcome and Qapla, Robert Rose Jr., who says hello tonight, Berto Prey, Mamo Prey, and Sassy. Thank you, Robert.
We're going to start reading the chat now.
Once in a while, when people at Birdo Prey 5 or mention me by name, I do read it.
In the words of the 20th century prophet Jack Handy, when the titan that's holding up the world finally dies, we're all screwed.
I think my favorite Jack Handy one was my son kept pestering me about going to Disneyland. So one day I put him in the car and I drove him out to where an old barn had burned down, and I pointed to it and said, "Look, Disneyland burned down." He cried all the way home, but I think he got the joke.
I think my favorite one is like, if you ever fall off a tall building, go limp. Because someone might try and catch you. You go, hey, free dummy.
There was another one that made me laugh too. It was kind of sick. It says, "Sudden uncontrollable urination should not disqualify you from a weightlifting competition."
Hey, I thought this guy this whole time was like Czech or something. Robert Rosiger. And it's Robert Rose Jr., isn't it?
Jr., yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's Robert Rose Jr.
Yeah,
That's how I pronounce it on my channel. Robert Rose Jr.
And what's this Saul Leibowitz? Is Saul Leibowitz someone I should know? I just recently realized that,
Saul Leibowitz is a frequenter of the channel.
No, but I mean, has he named himself after somebody?
Not to be
I'm not aware.
His real name is Samuel L. Bronkowitz.
What?
And welcome, Alexander, to the stream.
Hey!
Warning.
Hey, Alexander with his recently made Yitza logo.
Yes, the
as
green
well.
logo. I just Lemon did a good job.
This is the guy. Is he PLDG? Is this the guy?
This is the guy.
This is Mr. Ooters. Yeah, this is Mr. Ooters.
He's a wild and crazy guy.
Yeah, Captain Jack. Oh, Andrea, this is the guy that we were to take care of. Be careful of what? I'm super nice.
How's you got some ketchup chips tonight, or what's you eating?
Doritos here because ketchup chips right now. We have yes, I have some of them. I didn't open the bag already. Now we have ketchup ruffles now. Ooh.
Ketchup waffles?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, I actually tried that once by accident. Yeah, by accident. Had a corn dog that ended up not being a corn dog. It was actually a corn sausage wrapped in a waffle, marinated in sauce in syrup that I thought was a corn dog. So I decided to dip it in mustard, ketchup, and mustard. Worst frickin' thing ever I tasted in my life, and I've tasted some really bad
ruffles.
stuff.
This is chips, Dan. This is chips. The ruffles.
But
I thought you said waffles. Oh, yeah, I thought you said waffles, not ruffles. Sorry, my fault. I wouldn't want to think Mr. Ooters. My fault.
Do I get to ask Alexander where he is, or is that going to make everyone think I'm a spy?
He lives in the
city.
He lives in the country of Quebec.
Wait a minute. Andrea Seabrook. Andrea Seabrook, as in Decode DC.
Yeah.
As in the Andrea Seabrook. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. No wonder you kept me. No wonder you're getting upset with me. All right.
She's one of the few people on this panel that actually has her own. She has her own Google page. Yes.
Says Washington D.C.
Wikipedia.
Okay. Gotcha.
Downtown Washington D.C.
Wait, so Alexander, you're Quebecois?
Oui.
Ouh, la la.
Je parle français. Oui.
Je ne parlais pas français. Sorry.
Говорите по-русски.
Oui, да, я тебя люблю.
О, да, правда? Меня любишь? Прекрасно. Это
That's about as far as I can get in both French and Russian. That was about it.
Okay.
I can say pustve davul солнце. etc.
Jesus.
It doesn't matter.
The only thing I remember how to say in Russian was ice cream, and that was morozhna. Morozhna.
Morozhna.
Morozhna? Is that morozhna?
Oh,
Who did we put to sleep?
It rolls off the tongue. Really weird.
morozhna очень вкусно.
Sleep.
Put someone to sleep.
That's why I found out that most
No.
Russian ice cream.
Oh, are you just snorting at me? Or being
Sorry,
stupid?
it's an hour before medicine, and I'm in pain.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Oh, that's outstanding. I recognize that.
I thought you were Chemtrek. I really thought
All that
you were
talking.
making fun of us. Actually, I thought you were.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cinnamon bunny. Hi, cinnamon bunny.
Wow.
Do you need to go do?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Sorry, Bird.
Captain Trek, you are going.
What's going on? I just got back from Jalodering. What happened?
Go.
Oh, just pain. I gotta go.
Oh, feel better, Captain?
Yeah.
Battle
care.
Prey 5. Battle Prey 5. Qapla.
Qapla.
You take drugs, Danny? Every day. Good.
Yesterday I watched another Korean movie.
Korean movie.
Korean movies.
No Blood, No Tears. It was good.
No blood, no tears.
Do you watch it in Korean or?
Is it a sequel?
With subtitle, English subtitle.
Huh.
And the day before, I watched another Korean movie. Oh man, what was the movie? I don't remember. It was a Korean movie. Yes, this was Lost Memories. That's good. That's a kind like history fiction mixed with science fiction and police detective. No, it's good. It's good. Like the story is that
everything.
Like they are an assassination that's historically they are an assassination in 1909 that happened in Manchuria against one of the ex-prime minister of Japan, and it has been did by Korean independentists. But in the movie, like far-right militant from Japan succeed to go to travel in time and save the life of that ex-prime minister, and finally he's changed history completely, which means that when we arrive in 2008, Korea is part of the Japan Empire that won the Second World War with his allies, the United States. So the story completely changed. But that's great. That's great. It's amazing. You should watch that.
Alexander, do me a favor. What is it called when you put something in your mouth for digestion?
Eating.
What?
Eating.
Eating?
Yes.
All right. Say Korean again.
Get out of here.
I saw an excellent. I saw an excellent new global warming documentary series on Netflix. It was called Hunt for the White December.
Hunt for the White December?
No, nothing really. Okay, I thought that would have been funny. Never mind. Put that one on a epic failed
It's
list.
hard to compete with Momo.
Momo Challenger is a piece of shit, a piece of crap. Everybody, L8M is dangerous.
What are we talking about?
Momo is Alexander's nemesis.
Don't do the Momo challenge, okay?
Momo is above Alexander.
Is he saying
right now in
Momo
the
all
chat.
over the place again? You're just starting to see Momo everywhere you look again. What did I tell you about
like
that?
His neighbor or is what?
He's in the center, Momo, the challenger.
Momo's in the center square right now.
Oh, what happened?
Momo, the challenger.
That's a sculpture. It's not a real person.
It might be based on a real person. I'm not sure.
Who is that?
It's if you saw the full
I'll
picture.
tell you who it's
actually
not.
A creepy
It's not
woman's head.
Deej because Deej just came on.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You are there.
Deej has a face just like that thing, though.
There's two Momos now.
I saw it.
Disgusting piece of shit. You want to challenge people? I'm not letting you challenge people.
I'm telling you, it's Alexander's. He has a disorder where he just starts seeing Momo everywhere.
The Momos are closing in on Alexander.
Just
shit or whatever
he thinks he sees Momo everywhere he looks, just like me in WandaVision.
Wow.
What are you playing, Antonuki?
Overwatch.
I will let you challenge people and bring them to death. Never! It's not gonna happen. Momo the Challenger, I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna put you in your piece of shit.
Fucking weird, man. What the hell is going on around here?
Yeah, it's weird.
If you want to share my screen for just a moment.
How are you?
Oh no.
That is
What
the
the hell?
sculpture from which that face comes from, and it was in Japan. That's all it is. It's some sort of monster thing over there.
Tried to challenge the girl in the corner.
That chicken had too many feet,
Yeah.
too many toes. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
reason why
got 2 feet.
That's
but
what
3
it's
chicken legs.
from, and it's taken on some weird internet meaning now.
Well,
so.
it's the avatar for a Twitter user called Momo the Challenger.
Gotcha.
And if Momo the Challenger tweets you, if you accept their challenge, according to Alexander, you always say no, but other people say yes.
Gotcha. So yeah, that's what that image is. That's not a woman that's had surgery or anything. That's just a very imaginative.
That would be some pretty catastrophic surgery for a woman to have.
Oh,
I got a shirt I want bird.
I don't know. Have you seen Meg Ryan lately?
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Oh wait, I got a bigified Deej.
All right, pronounce that bird.
Super Mario.
No.
Yes.
No.
Mario.
Bird, can you? Professor is Mario. May I speak on his behalf? He's a fine gentleman and literally a scholar. And I think
Professor, you can get in.
Oh no, Deej just removed himself.
Oops.
Okay, try to get in. Try to get in now, Professor. We were full. We had
Professor was just asking to be noticed in the chat. I have to go actually, but it's been an absolute joy. In so many.
Thank you for coming.
Where are you living right now? Not right now. Later. Later. This is better.
No.
It's the bill. The Jedi bill.
Somebody else needs to be here anyway.
Well, we're going to be ending in a few, not too long, because
I gotta
we're
get going
already
too.
coming up on 3 hours.
I'm going to jump off and pretend I'm not listening, but wait for you to say stuff about me.
Understood.
Okay.
That's the perfect time to catch that kind of stuff. Exactly. As soon as they leave. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm still trying to figure out, I'm still trying to figure out who is with Rhea. Who and Rhea? Like, so who's the first person?
Welcome, Professor Brainy Specs.
All right, that's a good joke. That's
Qapla, Bird of Prey.
Qapla and Cook Tim came on camera, so we'll
I
bigify
argued
Tim
on
for
your
a second.
behalf, Professor.
Yeah, I was a little indisposed. I was fixing my other walls here.
Put Tim on. Put Tim
That
big
wall.
screen just for a quick microsecond.
Oh God, why?
So Tim, I was thinking about WandaVision last night, and I was showing people.
Hold on. Let me be prepared. Keep me on big screen.
And I swear, I'm being serious. I look.
There we go. Now I'm ready. Go ahead. Give
That
me your
was
meatloaf
good.
theory.
Pineapple? Do you have a pineapple, Tim?
I don't have the pineapple. That's not me.
That's me, I think.
I think Alexander is saying he's in love with Andrea. A lot of heart faces.
Or Bird, you could put me like adjacent to LD. Oh, that's perfect. Never mind. Just a second.
Oh God! Move me, please. Move me.
Don't
Move
move
me.
him. Don't move him.
Move me.
Don't move
Move
him.
me. No.
Don't move
No.
him.
No. Ow! 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 Stop it! Stop
I
it!
can't go.
Damn it.
There we
Stop.
go.
Stop
Yeah.
it! Ow! Ow!
Get him, Tim. Get him.
There, poke that hole. There you go. Damn it!
I'll let you guys know when my brilliant theory drops. Thanks for
Oh, I
having me.
can't wait to hear your theory too. By the way, yes, I'm
gonna be
very
great.
interested.
A lot of
Very interested in anything.
Take care.
Thank you. It's because it's totally written, and I think it's good. It's really good. It's really just at this point my knowledge of video editing that's making me just really slow. But I'm getting it done. So I will talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye, friends.
Take care, Andrea.
Again, Andrea. Good night.
Okay, women are gone. I can
Oh.
speak freely
For
again.
the most part.
Well,
That
I may have spoken a little too freely there, but yeah. So
I've been just grossing people out today. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I didn't think I was being that bad, but you know, shit.
well, you can't help yourself, Tim. I mean,
I don't know.
it happens anytime you speak or exist.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I grossed out people earlier today with talk about.
Remember,
the
Darren, all I
sand
need is a
tank.
big enough catapult, and I could launch something your way.
Right now, Andy Trekker is scrambling to get your email so you can send that catapult to him.
Yeah. No, I'll send it to him. Okay.
Yeah.
Kronos is saying multi-pass. I don't know.
You probably saw a little thing in LDG's picture. What the hell is he doing?
I don't know.
Hello,
And
Paula.
maybe he doesn't know he's muted, but either way.
Well, that looks more like
This is my video. I'm just
That's
doing
his
nothing.
video.
This is my video, my latest video. If you guys want to check out on my channel,
He's not live or anything because I'm there and I can't be there in here because I'm not anywhere else. I'm not on his backstage, so yeah, that's all file footage.
Paula Simpson reminds us she's still here. And says, women are gone. We're used to boys being boys.
It looks like Enzo's video. Actually.
Richard was my husband.
What? It's my video. I did this.
Oh, your video?
Yeah, this is my vid. This is when I was going cuckoo for frickin' WandaVision. And I was going nuts.
And
You
Andrea
literally
says
saw me
she's
break
not
down.
out to get you, Darren.
What
Or
now?
anyone. Andrea says she's not out to get you. Darren
I know
or
that.
anyone.
I know that.
I don't know that.
Did I accidentally say she was out to get us?
I don't know.
I might have said it once. No.
I just said it. Maybe I used the D word a little too often for it, and I gotta remember my audience. So,
what this?
So, Professor, how did your Jake? Is he still here?
Where'd he go?
I'm here.
Oh,
Where
there
are
you are. Momo the Challenger. What is this, man?
You guys are not. The joke is you're not supposed to actually acknowledge it. It's in Alexander's head. You're not.
What's in his head?
That he sees
Sawdust.
Momo everywhere.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Alexander.
Are you seeing Momo, Alexander?
No, yeah, I saw you. You were right there.
What are you playing?
Challenger. Okay, piece of shit.
Ensign Ricky, what were you playing just now?
I'm playing Overwatch.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're always playing that game. That's like the only
Time shooter.
that is the only Blizzard game I haven't even looked at them.
I'm not gonna do your fucking challenge.
Wait a
Momo
minute,
Challenger.
Andrea. What do I hate now?
She said she hates them. I don't know who you hate.
I don't know either. She's gonna have to communicate with me in some way, I guess.
He's being oppressed.
Alexander. Momo Challenger.
I think my email is available on my channel. She can send me an email if she wants to tell me what's what.
She can talk to my secretary.
My secretary.
She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can talk to my secretary. She can
Yeah, I don't have a secretary at the time. At this time,
Have your people call my people.
yeah, we'll make it sound all highfalutin.
Andrea, you're being oppressed? How are you being oppressed? I need to know these things.
Oppression is serious stuff.
So
Suddenly it goes quiet.
So
Professor, how was your day? Do you feel any better?
I've had a headache on and off all day.
Oh, I'm sorry
It got
to hear that.
particularly bad about 2 hours ago, a little over 2 hours ago, but it's improved since then.
It's good to know.
Yes, still there. I probably need to eat something.
What kind of
You
headache
should.
was it? Like a one in the front, one in the back?
It started in the eyes actually, and it went into the forehead and down around my nose.
That's almost looks like a sinus.
Yeah, it probably is, or allergies or something.
I am lashing Andrea with toxic Carolinity.
Carolinity.
What's Carol? Oh no, I gotta look that
I
up.
think toxic Carolinity is similar to sweet Carolinity. Sweet Carolinity. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh no, you got him to sing again.
That is how it goes, right?
Lashing you with what, a wet noodle?
Aussie afraid though.
Bed Doc was gonna see what it took to get me to do an entire stream as Ozzy Pray, but I don't think I'd have any subscribers left by the time I finish.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
Don't get a call. It's not me.
Tim, are you still here? You're getting another call.
That is not me.
Oh, it sounded like your phone from before.
My phone is a lot louder.
Yeah.
There you go, Darren.
What? There I go. What?
Yeah, I changed my name.
Oh, you're back.
You know what?
Professor.
You know what? I know you don't like that. I know you don't like
Right, Professor
that.
Brady.
That all started from me on one of those pub nights where I'd had a half a drink too much, and I missaid your name as Professor Brainy Sex, and it just kind of became funny to me, but nobody else. So don't worry about it.
I don't mind it.
There are worse
Yeah,
things.
it beats. Yeah, it beats LDG pickles. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I'd rather be called LDG sex. I'd totally rather be called that. Yeah, that works.
And I'm sure Ensign Ricky would rather be called Ensign Thicky.
Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Give me some Ensign Turco, and I'll be fine.
Look what I just found.
Look at that.
I think Andrea has the wrong idea about you, Darren.
No, Andrea, I'm from Wisconsin.
Alien snail statue.
I'm all about it.
Land of the cheese, yes, and the Dog Man and Harley Davidson, things like that.
So,
Elihu.
Carogan fertilizer generators.
That is cool.
That is pretty
LDG
neat.
equals large delusional guesses. That's by Elihu.
Large.
Okay, so it's actually kind of big.
Elihu.
Sorry, Elihu.
Apply Elihu.
Elihu. There we go. I said it right this time. Yeah, I know I don't sound like I'm from Wisconsin because but my uncles do. They're like,
Who?
I like the small town feeling you get around here, don't you know? That's
Most people I know
Wisconsin
from Wisconsin sound like
It is?
Oh.
Where?
Yeah,
it's like that.
Where is
I don't-
it?
I don't-
Where is that accent?
up
When I
north,
go
away
back-
from Chicago.
Yeah, I mean that's only I'm about 45 minutes out of getting into the Wisconsin border. But I mean at the same time up there, whenever I'm up there, everyone just speaks like we do. I don't know. Like I don't hear any weird accent in Racine, Milwaukee. When I've been in Milwaukee, Racine, Madison, I've been to all these places, and they just speak like Midwest. I don't know. I mean,
You have to go to the Mississippi River Valley and then go north. And
well,
it's
I guess like towards Eagle River up there. Like we did go up there. What
right.
like had an accent, but that's way up. That's like 6 hours north of Wisconsin.
Yeah, the accent is very similar to how Tina Fey portrayed Sarah Palin in her impression. She gave her a kind of a Wisconsin accent, and that's really the best example I can think of off that. Okay, so now I'm lashing her with my toxic Wisconsinity. Okay, Wisconsinity. There we go.
Ninity. You have to put Wisconsin Ninity.
Okay, Wisconsinity. Okay, there we go.
We make up words here. We make up new words.
I like to add syllables. Yeah.
This is a learning experience for everyone who's watching.
Hi, Eli.
Well, everybody thinks that we're spelling Alexander wrong.
Jedi Bill's got the two best characters from the Muppet Show on his avatar. Look, ma, no brains. Oh, you know.
Thank you. Didn't they smoke too? Didn't they have those guys smoking?
I think early on they might have.
I think because I mean, like that was like one of the only Muppet shows that the kids shows do give people that started smoking. Like, I remember watching it back in the day and being like, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's commercials you can find on YouTube of the Flintstones smoking because they were the subject of commercials for Winston cigarettes. They were a major sponsor of the Flintstones show. But no, my favorite Muppets are those two guys plus Sam the American Eagle because of his intense, scary stare.
Yeah,
and that he's a news guy.
Yeah, he's a McCarthy era news guy, which didn't really exist, but yeah, he would. I think in one of the Muppet movies, I think he pokes his head in and says, "You are all weirdos," and then looks from side to side, and then backs out of the door.
You got Gonzo there, like.
I suppose Skeeter. I kind of liked Skeeter because he reminded me of like a normal dude.
You know? Kind of, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Whose dad owned the theater.
I guess that's right. Yeah, but he was like
I just watched like season 1 the other day.
Yeah, because he was like a human Muppet. He wasn't like a dog or a pig or anything like that.
For a second, I just left for a second. You're already talking about me.
The first episode he was in, he got his way because his dad was the theater owner, and every time they were trying to push him off, he's like, "Well, I could just tell my dad. Okay, what do you want?" Well, double your say yes.
Emphasis on sin. Okay, well, yeah.
Hey, my friend's dad used to go to church, like ran a church, was pastor, and we used to play Dungeons and Dragons in the church all the time.
Oh no, Fozzie Bear is reminding me of Andy Trecker's video.
Waka waka waka.
Which one?
The one he released today.
The one today.
Didn't he release
Fuzzy,
two today?
You're muted or something.
I guess he did, but the one he released later today, it was 1 minute and 13 seconds long.
Okay, I have not
if
seen
you're
that
talking, Fuzzy, we can't hear you.
I keep on talking.
He's lip syncing at you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's lip syncing.
He's pretending
Momo
to
the
be,
Challenger.
Like if you make him big,
Momo
it'll look better.
Yes.
Momo the Challenger has followed me on Twitter.
I am the very model of a major modern general. I am vegetable, apple, mineral, and pickle.
Vegetable, animal, and mineral. There we go. You know who sang that first on Star Trek, right?
7 years ago, our forefathers
Well, I think
set
George was
forth
the first one to sing
in this nation.
Ooh, that looks good.
Australia. Oi, with the dingoes and the
Oh
bears.
God! Oh God! No!
And the
No!
crocs.
You're gonna make my headache worse.
My ears are bleeding.
Oh, my splitting headache.
I am being eaten by a dingo.
Oh no! Oh no! He's attacking him! He's attacking him!
Eric, your words. They're grabbing
Ozzy, stop!
manic fucking.
He's dead.
Ozzy prey.
There will be no survivors.
Everybody's like,
I'm coming for Alexander next.
I just found the next game I'm gonna get. I just saw the ad on Facebook. Alien Fire Team. It looks like what Colonial Marines should have been.
oh, hey, I discovered a game on Steam today that has me intrigued, but I can't exactly figure out why. If you go to Steam or if you go to YouTube and you look up,
You can't figure out why, right?
yeah,
Look up what,
yeah,
Darren?
it's called League of Maidens. It's a superhero-based computer game called League of Maidens. Maidens.
Yeah, there's
And it looks intriguing, but I can't exactly pinpoint why I think so.
I
Well,
got a couple of theories, but
Booty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're working on the City of Heroes.
Oh, it just comes right up.
City of Titans is.
I typed in League and then there. Wait a minute.
But City of Heroes really was an awesome game.
Yeah. League of Maidens. Yep, it's on Steam right now, early access.
keeping your dishwasher clean. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But then you have that male toxicity thing up there label.
Well, I remember it wasn't too long ago that games like this were coming out all the time. I mean, wasn't there this Japanese girls volleyball game that was basically all bikinis and
dude, yeah, they turned Dead or Alive into a bikini boob fest, which is amazing, but still.
I mean, this has been going on for years, though. I mean, because American games have American filter on it, and that usually means they're less difficult, and there's complete censorship in the whole thing. So, I mean, they cut out words. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, that area, they cut out anything that was bad. Where you look at the Japanese version, not only were the Japanese versions harder, but I mean, half these women were half dressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even those times, you know what I'm saying? At those times, like 20, 30 years ago,
The Dead or Alive ones were.
Now it works. Now the veal's coming a little bit down here in America. But I mean, like, literally, I mean, have you seen a Japanese, bikini lately, bathing suit, where it's just like one string? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. The Dead or Alive game my friend brought over, it was on PS2, and he had unlocked all the outfits, and he put on all the little. They were just basically jewelry bikinis where all they would cover is the nipple, and that's it. And it was hilarious. I'm just sitting there like, is this what you do with your time, dude? I'm like, okay. I mean I'm intrigued, but
like when I was in Europe, when I was in Amsterdam, like I mean, when I was in my hotel room, like I was going through the channels, and it's like porn, like straight up hardcore porn, like news, soccer, porn, news, fucking kids television, porn. It's like normal channel, like hardcore porn, like a normal channel. They just flip through. Like, yeah, I mean, there's like no filter on the TV whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? You can just swap to it from will, and it's next to like the kids channel. It's crazy. I mean, like, but that's just how it is over there. You know, I mean.
Oh yeah, but they figured out desensitizing sex is what is needed, what needs to happen.
I love. I'm looking at the Steam thing for this, and right on the bottom, recent events and announcements. It says free now, and it shows a girl in the ad, and then 3 days. Official League of Maidens Open Alpha against in 3 days, and it shows a chick with like ridiculously oversized, in a cow bikini.
Yeah, I think I give it to the music industry because I think the music industry is what changed people's minds finally. Where they're more. I remember back where when George Michael came out with "I Want Your Sex," how provocative and how crazy that was. He released that song like, "You want your sex?" Back at that time, that's how we thought. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like fucking WAP, dude.
Sorry to jump in here, but welcome back, Alexander. But I also have to say we're going to have to I got to get going soon.
Oh, okay.
So,
because I received a phone call from my nephews.
well, you got 2 minutes, Alexander.
2 minutes.
Anything you want to say, go ahead and say. We're 2 minutes to a person, and we're going to end the stream. You're first up.
I do like the Japanese way of schooling, though, where they teach manners first and then school.
Okay.
I like that there's no janitors at their schools because
maybe it wasn't specifically clear.
You could not pull that off in this country. There's too many
Alexander's 2
public
minutes.
sector unions.
Yes, guys. First, it's very important to not do the Momo challenge. After that, I mean, you should watch Lost Memories. The great movie from Korea. Watch, but also look for Geisha versus Ninjas. It's very good. Geisha Assassin is a really good Japanese movie. There are a lot of blood. A lot of people are dying. Everything you need.
I'll tell you what the worst martial arts movie I've ever seen, though, was an Irish martial arts movie called Final Deviation. It's really bad. Really, it's Irish martial arts. Okay.
Okay, you good, Alexander?
That's fine for me. Everything is fine.
Thank you for coming. Glad to see you again. It's been a while, and I'm happy.
Final Deviation, Alexander. Final Deviation. Watch it.
Eliu, he just sent to me a kind of fucking picture of Momo the Challenger. Why is doing that? Why is doing that?
That's what he does.
Who does?
I don't know why. But thank you, Alexander, and we'll see you next time, maybe.
Okay, have a good time. Have a good time.
Fuzzy.
Be a bird.
Fuzzy Bear or Deej.
I was just going to say, see a bird, go get some good rest, go eat, go do what you need to do.
Thank you, Deej. LDG.
What's going on? Thanks for having me, Bird. Like always, good fun today. Guys, check me out over on, we're going to have some fun on Biggerford Entertainment. That's Anzo's channel. Biggerford Entertainment for the Chaos List, where we take up 3 topics and talk about it. And we got a couple good questions tonight to talk about. So check us out over on Biggerford Entertainment, the Chaos List, at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Is your back room open?
My back room is open. I'll go. My backstage is open.
Talking.
Yes. If you guys want to come join us, I'll put the link in the chat for that.
You can keep the conversation going at LDG's backstage if you're interested. Good to hear, Professor Brainy Specs.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
I'm sorry it couldn't be longer.
Well, I would have been here earlier. I just didn't think you would have gone this long. So I came on YouTube and noticed, oh, you're still on. So
I didn't think I'd go this long either.
But appreciate you having me up on the panel, and I hope everyone is doing well. And you got Deep Space Nine tomorrow, don't you?
Yes, tomorrow, Deep Space Nine Wednesday. I forget the name of the episode. I think it's a pretty decent episode.
Is it the Quickening?
No, didn't we do the Quickening? Wasn't the Quickening?
Yes, just did the Quickening.
No, this is
okay.
Wait, yeah, we just did the Quickening, so it's whatever's after the Quickening.
So I'm a week behind.
That is To the Death. No, you did To the Death the last time.
Well, I remember you did Quickening too.
Didn't you do To the Death? I could have sworn you did To the Death already. Or was that fourth?
Yeah, well, Bashir tries to heals the planet.
Oh, you did For the Cause. My bad. So now it's To the Death. The next 2 episodes, you got To the Death and then Body Parts coming up. So 2 great episodes coming up. So you got To the Death,
and then there's Body Parts.
And then Body Parts. That's one of my favorite episodes.
And then that's the end of season 4.
Yeah.
So yes, Professor, I'll see you tomorrow on DS9 Wednesday.
No, I can't make it, Bird.
Oh, you can't.
I appreciate the invite. But come see us at Question of Trek this Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
And I might be there.
I will be
I
driving.
might be there this Saturday.
I will be driving in my car listening.
And by might, I mean I believe I will. As long as I'm okay, I'll be there.
Excellent. Thank you, Bird.
And Jedi Bill,
Yes.
anything you'd like to say before we go?
Oh, sure. You can catch me on my channel tonight, later, 12 a.m. Central. Insomniac Soup as normal. That's the way you can catch me.
The soup.
Mm-hmm.
The soup. And Jedi Bill, that thing I'm working on. A good thing you didn't do what I said to do because I hit a little trouble. I'm trying to figure it out. But it wasn't as simple as I thought it was going to be. So I am working on it.
Hey, Anson.
No problem.
Anson, you got anything to do after the show?
Not really. What?
Join us backstage.
I got your
link. Backstage after. You got the link? All right, sweet.
Yeah, so Ensign Ricky, you're next. Anything you want to say before we go?
Mr. Owl, how many goodbyes does it take to end a bird stream?
One.
Two. Three.
A three.
That's great.
It's a nice outro. I have to work on that. I like that. That's cute.
Tim, Chris, anything
Thank
you'd like
you for
to say
having me
before
on
we go?
again, Bird. Thank you.
You're
Thank
always
you
you're always welcome.
It's so much
Oh,
fun
Bird.
to come up here and banter with everybody.
Yes, Professor.
Just want to let everybody know that there will not be Sequest watch party tonight on Life with Matthew. Matthew can't make it. Okay.
Did he get his card this morning?
Yeah, no,
He
it's
did
good
not.
to tell it again.
Damn it.
He did not. He has to be out of town tomorrow, so he can't go to the store tomorrow. But if he's back, he'll try Thursday morning. And apparently, they get a larger stock in on Thursdays than on Monday or on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm sorry, I can't think straight.
Well, good for. Hopefully, he can get it.
Yeah, I hope so.
The Fed Doc, you've come back. So, if there's anything you'd like to say before we go, we're going to be ending the stream in a couple minutes. The Fed Doc going once, going twice.
We got twice on the board. No, he go 3 times. 3 times. He's going on 3 times.
Boy, crikey, the Fed Doc must have been taken by the ruse.
3 times.
Okay.
3 times. 3 times on the board.
Well, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out.
Thank you, Barry.
Wow, this was a much longer stream than I thought it was going to be. A great open line stream. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow for Deep Space Nine Wednesday. And yeah, I think I'm going to watch a movie or something. And I think I'm going to take some break from YouTube for tonight. So Qapla all panel out.
Later.